and very excited about the next 3 weeks of the season.
Portions of our coverage throughout the season and tonight brought to you by the great folks at P&R Medical Connection. You know, their whole focus is to keep you home comfortably and affordably, professional and reliable. That's just two of the many things that P&R stands for. That's P&R Medical Connection. Make them your first choice. And coverage throughout the season brought to you by the great folks at the Antwerp Exchange Bank. We'll have those Antwerp Exchange Bank starting lineups here in just a little while on the Lee Kinsel pregame show. But the Antwerp Exchange Bank has been providing banking services to Paulding County and the surrounding area for over 100 years. Stop in and see them in Antwerp, Payne, or Harlan, Indiana. That's the Antwerp Exchange Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Let's take a break here from Paulding, and when we come back, we'll start to break this one down, taking a closer look at the teams in tonight's contest first with your visitors from Spencerville. A closer look at the red, white, and black of head coach Chris Summers coming up right after this on WKSD.
Dave Clapsaddle.
Spencerville Bearcats come to Paulding tonight with a record of 2-0 in all ball games under Chris Summers in his fourth year at Spencerville, where he's 26-9. His seventh year of coaching overall, pretty good record, 54-16. The Bearcats were 7-3 a year ago, tri-champs of the Northwest Conference with a 6-1 league mark. They're averaging 38 points per game on offense coming into the ball game tonight, while giving up 11 on the defensive side. They knocked off Crestview in week number 1, 35-14, a game in which they trailed early but came back and won it by 21 over the Knights. And then last week at Stadium Park in Delphus, they knocked off Jefferson by a score of 41-8. They're averaging 378 yards rushing per game and 26 yards through the air. They're giving up 98 yards on the ground per game and giving up 80 yards of passing offense to their opponents. So they've outgained their opponents. That's a pretty impressive margin to me, Sean. 404-178. That's getting it done.
Yeah, you know, when you think of Spencerville, you think of that ground and pound rushing game, which we'll talk about, you know, coming in the game averaging about 340 yards rushing per game. But the thing that is not getting noticed is that stingy defense so far this season. Only giving up 177 yards per contest, 97 yards rushing against teams like Jefferson and Crestview. And we know with Jefferson, Colin Bailey, and Crestview, Brody Breck, just to name a couple. And they're only giving up 79 yards through the air. I mean, they're just getting it done defensively, and that's something that's not being mentioned, and defense wins games.
Absolutely right. Let's take a look at those Antwerp Exchange Bank starting lineups. First for for Spencerville, the Bearcats. 2-0 again, as we mentioned. The quarterback is Daldy Pritchard, a 6'4", 190-pound senior. He doesn't throw a lot. 4 for 8 through the air through 2 games for 51 yards, but he has ran the ball 7 times when he's not handed it off to other guys, 29 yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. And he will hand the ball off a lot tonight. Primary runners, Gunnar Grigsby at a running back position, 6'1", 185-pound junior, 43 carries for 261 yards. That's 6.1 yards per carry, 3 rushing touchdowns. Keegan Goki will see action tonight, the 6'3", 180-pound senior, 7 carries for 59 yards, 8.4 yards per carry. And DJ Bowens, a 5'5", 140-pound senior, 15 carries for 130 yards. That's 8.7 per carry and a couple of rushing touchdowns for him. When Pritchard does go airborne, he's got some options at split end. Cody Bakke, 5'10", 170-pound senior, and Eli Harder, a 6'5", 190-pound junior. He's got a team-leading 2 grabs for 38 yards. The offensive line, obviously, they've been getting it done for the Bearcats, anchored by the center, Brandon Dews, 6'2", 250, and a senior. Starting left guard is Griffin Schwartz, a 5'10", 170-pound junior. The starting right guard for the Bearcats is Heath Gaskell. He's a 6'2", 175-pound junior. Starting left tackle is Dylan Cook, 5'11", 225-pound sophomore. And the right tackle is Isaiah Pugh. He goes 6'1", 220. He's a senior. The defense led by the ends, and pardon me, we did not get any individual defensive statistics for the Bearcats. We did get their starters, though. At the ends, it will be Cy Morris, a 6 foot, 175-pound junior, and Griffin Schwartz. The defensive tackles are Isaiah Pugh. He goes both ways. And Caden Johnston, a 5'11", 275-pound sophomore. The linebackers are DJ Bowens, Keegan Goki, and also Cade Elling, a 155-pound junior, standing 6 foot tall. The safeties are Ethan Smith, a 5'11", 135-pound junior, and Tyler King, a 5'11", 155-pound junior. The corners, Dale Smith, 6'1", 150-pound junior, and Carter Ringwald, a 6 foot, 150-pound sophomore. Place kicking duties tonight, it was supposed to be Emerson Lehman, a soccer player. He got injured in the soccer game last night for Spencerville, so Dylan Cook, who also plays an offensive tackle for Spencerville, will be doing the kickoffs. Cody Bakke, who plays split end, will be doing the PAT kicks. The punter for the Bearcats is Daldy Pritchard. 2 punts, a net average of 35.5 yards per. Kick returners, DJ Bowens and Dale Smith. The punt returns, Dale Smith and Ethan Smith. Spencerville again, 2-0. Taking on the Paulding Panthers here at Keyser Field. Something that sticks out,
Spencerville has 2 backs averaging more than 100 yards per game, and that just gives you some idea of their running attack. And I think the key is going to be for Paulding. They will have to load the box, I assume, and have to keep Spencerville contained, and they're going to have to gang tackle tonight. As you said, 104 plays, as we mentioned, only 6 passing attempts all season long. That was not a mistake, 6 all season. First game they were 0 for 2, and then the next game 4 of 6. 8 attempts all season, 4 of 8. That's unheard of. Yeah. I mean, and we've seen teams throw the football that much in sometimes one quarter.
You're exactly right, Sean, and I want to give you a lot of credit. When we were down on the field before the ball game tonight, you asked Coach Summers a great question. I was thinking all the way, in preparation this week, wing T, wing T, wing T. Yeah, they're going to form up in the T some, but it's a double wing. I'll let you explain that. Historically, and what I remember of seeing Spencerville when we've covered them in the last few years, they're running between those tackles, but they're going to try to go a little wider tonight, aren't they?
They are, and they're going to spread you out. They're going to go with 2 receivers. They're going to be in a double wing, and they'll also be in their traditional T, and they're going to try to use their speed more.
To the edge.
To the edge. You're going to see the old Green Bay Packer sweeps, the best way to describe it, and the old belly up the middle. They're only going to run about 5 plays, and the thing is, teams know about what they're going to do. It's just being able to stop it, and give Chris Summers credit. They execute, and it's coming, but another thing to stop it, and they've been successful. I mean, almost averaging, as you said, 403 yards per game, 340 rushing. I mean, they're just getting it done, and they haven't had to pass yet. I'm not saying they can't, and we've discussed, we know that Daldy Pritchard, good athlete and got an arm, but they haven't had to yet this year, and someone hasn't stepped up and forced them to do so. So hopefully Paulding's able to do that tonight.
So no bag of tricks for the Bearcats, really, although we could see them sneak that pass in there, but they just dare you to stop that rushing attack.
They do, and the big thing is you're going to have a couple stops. I mean, Paulding defense is going to have to do that. They're going to have to create some extra possessions. They're going to need a couple turnovers, and that's the thing. And the other thing you do, you can't allow Spencerville the big runs. You can't let them do the 20, 50-yard runs. You got to keep them at 4 or 5 yards at a clip, and maybe get a penalty that pushes them outside the chains, and that's what you got to do. But you can't give up. Teams that are successful against Spencerville just don't give up the big rushes. And when Spencerville starts getting yards in big clips, that's when they become really dangerous offensively.
They just announced Luke McCullough is the homecoming king here at Paulding High School, and we'll wait to hear who the homecoming queen will be here. We'll know that momentarily. But, that's one of the things you mentioned about Spencerville running the ball. Also, when you run it successfully the way they do, they can really chew up a lot of clock.
They
long drives.
They can, and they're able to do that. And that's the thing with Paulding. You don't want to get down early to Spencerville. You want to get up and force them to do some things to throw the football. the one thing about a running game such as theirs, it's not a great offense to come back from a deficit. So it's going to be critical. And Paulding won the toss, and they elected to receive, which is a great decision on their part, hoping to get off to a good start.
Well, you may have heard the excellent PA announcer here, Mr. Sam Hatcher, say in the background, Leah Egner is your homecoming queen. So Luke McCullough and Leah Egner, royalty 2020 at Paulding High School. How about that?
Yeah, and it's great that they've decided to do it early, as we said, because they got great weather for it. We've seen some homecomings where everybody's all shivering and it's cold and such, but beautiful weather, as you mentioned, great weather for homecoming, and great weather last week is for Parents' Night. So I'm glad to see Paulding's had this opportunity to get this, I don't want to say out of the way, but to be able to enjoy it because of the good weather.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we told you about 2-0 Spencerville, the team they're playing, your hosts on the Williamson Insurance Scoreboard, the 1-1 Paulding Panthers. What do you say we step aside for another break here on the Lee Kinsel GM Sales and Service pregame show, and when we come back, we'll put the Panthers of Tyler Aaron under the microscope. Right after this, we'll be back with more on WKSD. Paulding Panthers at home tonight taking on the Spencerville Bearcats. Record of 1-1 under Tyler Aaron, the former Panther, 2009 grad, in his 6th year of heading up the Paulding football program. He's got 14 seniors on this team. They're averaging 32 points a game on offense, defensively giving up 43 per night. They won in overtime at Stadium Park. In week number 1, it was our broadcast game, a win over Jefferson, 50-48. Week number 2 last week, well, we were here for that one as well. They fell to the Crestview Knights 38-14, so they're looking to get the train back on the tracks here tonight. Offensively, the Paulding Panthers averaging 120 yards rushing to their opponents' 324, and through the air, the Panthers doing some damage, 241 passing yards per ball game, while their opponents get 169. So they are averaging 361 yards of total offense, but they're giving up a lot of yards, and I'm sure that's something Tyler Aaron and his coaching staff are working on, Sean, giving up 493 per ball game. But for Paulding, they got off to a good start, and then last week, in their home opener, they fell to Crestview. Hard-fought ball game. Here they are tonight with an opportunity to take on this Spencerville team, which obviously is going to be a big task, being undefeated. Tyler Aaron knows that. They put in a good week of preparation. I think they're ready to go tonight.
Yeah, and I think you said the key is getting off to a good start. When you think about last year against Spencerville, Spencerville scored those 4 touchdowns in 12 minutes to take a commanding 27-0 halftime lead. And I felt last week against Crestview, Paulding got outscored early. If you remember, Crestview took that early 20-0 lead early in the second quarter, but after that, they almost played even. So I think a big key of this game is for the Paulding Panthers to get off to a good start, or at least move the football and flip the field, and get the field position. But they're going to have to do that tonight, and I think that's going to be a key.
Paulding Marching Band out on the field. And in case you're just joining us, it is homecoming night here at Paulding. Leah Egner, the homecoming queen, and Luke McCullough, the homecoming king here. A little brisk, 68 degrees here as we start to think about the opening kickoff here in about 12 and a half minutes or so. But let's take a look at the Antwerp Exchange Bank starters for the Paulding Panthers. Offensively, they are led by the quarterback Peyton Beckman, 6'4", 185-pound senior, 27 of 49 through the air for 481 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. He's also ran the ball a couple of times for scores, 46 yards on the ground for the senior quarterback Peyton Beckman. When he hands the football off, starting tailback tonight, Carson Pearl, 5'11", 150-pound junior, 18 carries for 106 yards, 5.9 yards per carry. The fullback tonight is Fernando Garcia, 5'6", 170-pound senior, 14 carries for 16 yards. And when Beckman goes airborne, Dayton Price will line up at one receiver. He is 5'11", 160, and a senior, 3 catches for 26 yards. Dominic Carnahan, 5'11", 135-pound senior, with the catch to his credit. And remember, they're without the services of Caleb Mans, who had a tremendous opening ball game against Jefferson when he broke his hand in the first half, gutted it out, had 237 yards receiving, I believe, in that Panther overtime win. They're definitely missing him, but they hope to have him back here in just a few weeks. But at a tight end spot, Adrian Mans, who really stepped up and had a good game receiving last week, Sean. He's 6'3", 185 pounds and a senior. He'll play tight end, and they'll look to get him involved. He was a big target last week.
Yeah, I agree with you. You know, Adrian Mann stepped up, I thought, with the 7 catches last week, I think for like 95 yards and 2 touchdowns. And also who stepped up, you know, had his first 3 receptions of the year was Dayton Price for 26 yards. So that was one of the positives for Paulding offensively. Had some individuals step up, but it's hard to replace a Caleb Mans, you know, as you said, someone who had 7 catches for 237 yards and 2 TDs in the first game of the season. Yeah. So what a tough break.
Adrian Mans, Sean may have already mentioned this, but a team leading 10 receptions on the season, 164 yards and 2 touchdowns. The offensive line anchored by center Nolan Johans, 6'2", 285-pound senior. The left guard, the only junior on this Paulding offensive line, Sam Woods, 5'11", 205-pounder. The right guard is Preston Hall, 5'11", 170 pounds and a senior. Left tackle is Quentin Gonzalez, 6'3", 205 and a senior. And the right tackle is Brendan Hornish. He goes 6'2", 285. He also is in the 12th grade. Defensively, the Panthers are led by the ends, Adrian Mans, 6 tackles and a sack to his credit. And Sam Woods will play at a defensive end. He's got a couple of tackles on his stat sheet. The nose tackle, Fernando Garcia, also with a couple of tackles. Defensive tackle, Brendan Hornish, couple of stops to his credit. And Quentin Gonzalez with 4 tackles on his stat sheet. Linebacking core, Hunter Cowser, 5'10", 155-pound senior, 9 tackles to his credit. Logan Vance will play at a linebacker, 5'11", 185 pounds and a junior. Team leading 12 tackles. And Braden Sanders, 6', 170-pound sophomore, couple of tackles to his credit. The safety is Dayton Price, 10 tackles on his stat sheet. And the corners are Carson Pearl, 6 tackles and a fumble recovery to his credit. And Peyton Beckman, who's actually going to line up at a corner, but Tyler Aaron told us he'll probably come in and try to step up and plug the hole up close. They're going to kind of stack the box against this ground game of Spencerville. That's the plan. Peyton Beckman with 3 tackles and an interception to his credit. Hunter Cowser doing the punting for Paulding, 6 punts for a net average of 31.7 per. Last year, week number 4 at Spencerville, it was the Bearcats 44. Paulding 20. We'll see what happens here tonight, Sean.
Yeah, discussing last year, and one of the big things, Paulding's very familiar with Gunnar Grisby, as he actually rushed for 217 yards in last year's game to lead Spencerville that 44-20 victory. But on the other hand, Spencerville is familiar with Peyton Beckman. Peyton Beckman had a great game as well. He threw for 232 yards in that game on 13 of 25 passes with 2 touchdowns. So both teams are familiar with each other. They respect each other as we talk to the coaches. And it's going to come down to, you know, Paulding, are they going to be able to throw against this defense of Spencerville? And is the Paulding defense going to be able to stop the running game of Spencerville?
Totally agree with you. Our officials tonight, the referee is Mr. Patrick Foster, the umpire Mr. Perry Hunter, linesman is Mr. Scott Brubaker, line judge is Mr. Michael Baker, and the back judge is Mr. Alexander Parton. Our officials for tonight. And I'll leave that one alone. The officials, they try their best. They really, really do. But it was kind of interesting here last week, wasn't it?
We're kind of laughing because Kenny umpires baseball games, so he doesn't want to say too much about officiating or umpires because of his experiences. But last week we just had 25 flags, I think, thrown. Maybe, some were declined as far as penalties, but it was a very slow game because of all the talking and discussion that took place between the officials and the coaches.
They did just want to make sure they got it right. I know that's what it was all about, but it just wasn't real. There wasn't a lot of flow to it, was there?
There was no flow to the game, and that made it tough. It made it tough to call, and it made it tough on the kids. A lot of times we saw times where they marked it off and then marked it back and, went over and discussed, and coaches not happy with the calls. And so hopefully we don't have that type of game. We have a clean game with no turnovers.
Agree with you. Want to remind you, Wayne Trace Junior High Club Baseball and the Multiple Sclerosis Golf Outing, they want you to mark your calendars for next July of 2021. July 17th, 2021, that golf outing they're having to fight multiple sclerosis. Call John Adams for more information, 419-235-4943. Again, if you've got a pen, John Adams is who you want to contact. 419-235-4943. Check out more information on Facebook at Wayne Trace Junior High Club Baseball / Multiple Sclerosis Golf Outing. Join them on July 17th of 2021. Let's take a look at some of the other games in the area that we'll watch tonight. Jefferson's at Crestview, Grove at Allen East, Bluffton at Ada in the Northwest Conference. Western Buckeye has Van Wert at Wapak, Bath at Elida, Defiance at Shawnee, OG travels to St. Mary's, Kenton plays host to Salina. In the MAC tonight, Fort Recovery's at Coldwater, Minster on the road at St. Henry to take on the Redskins. Parkway is at 0-2 Anna to take on the Rockets. That'll be a battle for Parkway tonight. Marion Local on the road at Versailles. New Bremen is at Stadium Park to take on the Delphos St. John's Blue Jays. Also, Pandora Gilboa at Leipzig in the BBC, along with Macomb at Arlington. Arcadia is at Van Ludenite. Van Buren takes the trip to Corey Rawson to take on the Hornets. Also tonight, Toledo St. John's is at Finley in the track, along with Fremont Ross at Lima Senior. In the Northern Lakes League, a couple games we'll keep an eye on. Anthony Wayne at Bowling Green. Napoleon Wildcats, 2-0 start on the road at Maumee tonight. In the NWOAL, a full gamut with Swanton at Liberty Center. Patrick Henry on the road at Bryan. Evergreen Vikings travel to Wauseon. And the Archbold Blue Streaks play host to the Delta Panthers. Also tonight, Montpelier is at Northwood. Ottawa Hills at Hilltop tonight. Eden Bombers on the road up near Toledo, taking on the Cardinal Stritch Cardinals. And in the Green Meadows Conference tonight, Antwerp is at Edgerton, Tenora at Hicksville, Ayersville at Fairview in a Defiance County battle. Wayne Trace has non-league football tonight at Troy Christian. Sean, your thoughts?
I guess my thoughts go to the Northwest Conference because of the way they set up this tournament. I'm going to be looking at the Columbus Grove Allen East and the Bluffton Ada because that's going to determine the seeding, as we mentioned earlier. And I guess also the Wayne Trace at Troy Christian, an hour and 40 bus ride. A football stadium, I think,
long night.
Right off I-75. I think you can see the highway. I guess I have that's a game of interest as well. But honestly, I think the Northwest Conference is going to get a lot of the attention just because of the tournament they created.
I agree with you. Our thanks to Tyler Aaron, John Snodgrass, all the people up here in the box, Sam Hatcher, Dan Workman, everyone. They got a good crew up here, and we thank them for hosting our radio station here on WKSD. Well, the Bearcats are out there on the field in their road white uniforms with black numbers and letters trimmed in red, the black pants, the black shoes. Paulding Panthers on homecoming night in the home maroons, trimmed in white with the black numbers and letters, and the presentation of our colors coming up here. Shortly we will have the playing of our national anthem, and we're just right around the corner from having our Northwest Ohio Welch Trophy kickoff as well. Good night for football,
It
Sean.
is, and with COVID, a great crowd here tonight at Keyser Field. As I look over at the visitors here on the home section, a lot of people have turned out that can with the tickets that are available. They're using every one, it looks like, Kenny.
Let's take a break here from Paulding. When we come back, we'll have that Northwest Ohio Welch Trophy kickoff and all the exciting play-by-play in the Northwest Conference. Spencerville on the road at Paulding. More of it right after this on WKSD. Welcome back to Paulding High School. Kenny Stabler and Sean Gerber with you. We thank you for joining us on the Lee Kinsel GM Sales and Service pregame show from Panther Country. Opening kickoff tonight brought to you by Northwest Ohio Welch Trophy and Van Wert on Westwood Drive. Let them handle all of your awards and sporting gear needs. Check out their high school fan apparel in the showroom and check them out in Defiance as well, downtown on Clinton Street. Opening kickoff again brought to you by Northwest Ohio Welch Trophy. 66 degrees is our kickoff temperature. Blankets and jackets are the attire I see in the stands tonight. Kind of weird in week 3, Sean. I got shorts on.
I was going to make comment about that. We usually try to dress alike with the shirts and things, but you'd elected to go with the shorts. I think it's the first time I've chosen not to do that. I went with long pants, and I'm kind of glad I did, and also put the window back in here in the press box.
Good call on that. And again, congratulations to Leah Egner and Luke McCullough. They are homecoming queen and homecoming king, respectively, 2020 here at Paulding High School. Homecoming. They had senior night last Friday night. Homecoming tonight. That's good planning by the Paulding Athletic Department and Administration, in my opinion, with all the unknowns, Sean.
That is. With COVID and, like you said, the unknowns, you can't know from week to week. And as we talked about with the tournament, you don't know where your next 3 games and how the schedule will be. So that's just a great job on their part. But it was well done. And as we sat here and watched, it was very well done considering the situation and the circumstances which you have to have parent night and homecoming in.
Pearl and Price back deep to receive for the Paulding Panthers. Kicking off for the Spencerville Bearcats will be Dylan Cook. He will do the chores tonight because the young man who normally kicks for the Bearcats, Emerson Lehman, injured in soccer action last night. Nothing serious, but probably just a pulled muscle or something. But it's always nice to have that soccer guy with the kicking tee out there. But they'll try it tonight here with Dylan Cook. Spencerville will kick right to left on your radio dial. It's WKSD Radio, Paulding Van Wert, on the web at VWIndependent.com, Go997.com. No matter how you're with us, on your radio, on your mobile device, your smartphone, your tablet, or on your computer, welcome aboard to high school football week number 3. Spencerville is 2-0. Paulding's 1-1. Paulding will be coming from north to south, left to right on your radio dial, no matter how you're with us. Spencerville in the road whites, Paulding in the home maroons. And actually, by surprise, Emerson Lehman is going to kick off. So the injury must not be too bad. He is out there. He'll give it a boot. The soccer guy with a little bit of a low spiral that'll be grabbed around the 28-yard line by one of the Paulding up men, and a gang tackle around the 37 or 38-yard line. And the Panthers will go to work. Peyton Beckman and the offense out onto the field, Sean.
Brought down by Cade Elling as well as Dustin Boyer there on the tackle. Looks like the ball is going to be out about the 37, 38-yard line. So Paulding's first possession looks like it's going to be their own 38-yard line.
Yep, the nose of the football on the 38 for the Panthers. 11:56 on the clock. We are underway from the home of the Panthers on homecoming night. Adrian Mann's going to go wide to the left. Dayton Price and Dom Carnahan wide to the right. I believe Hunter Kauser might be in a slot position as well. They'll go 4 wide, single running back to the right of Peyton Beckman, who waits for the snap from Nolan Johans. He steps back, looks, things are breaking down. He'll step up in the pocket, and he's going to be tackled immediately by a Bearcat. That was Griffin Schwartz in on the stop, and it's going to be a loss of 1 yard for the Paulding Panthers right there on the first play from scrimmage.
Yeah, brought down by Griffin Schwartz. And the one thing about Peyton Beckman so far, I know that's maybe a loss of 1, but he's done a great job of managing the game. He's done an excellent job of doing that this year, and there was nothing open downfield. Take the loss of 1 and play for another down. So bring up 2nd, 11, the ball on the 37.
They need to get up to the 48-yard line for a Stollmeyer Insurance Center first down. Our thanks to them for sponsoring those first downs all season long. Mann's wide to the left. Kauser, Price, and Carnahan all wide to the right, and a single running back to the right of Peyton Beckman. A quick wide receiver screen. Price gets out of 1 tackle and is dropped at about the 39-yard line. Going to pick up a couple. Going to bring up 3rd down and 9. Bearcat coverage there by DJ Bowen. Goki was in there and a host of others, Sean.
Outside linebacker was right there, as you said. DJ Bowens to make the tackle in the flats, and that's a great play on his part. There's only a gain of 2, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 9 with the ball on the Paulding 39.
From their own 39, need to get it up to the 48 for that first down. The clock runs with 10:40 here in Chapter 1. We are just underway on homecoming night from Paulding High School on WKSD Radio Sports. Dom Carnahan and Dayton Price and Hunter Kauser all split wide to the left. Got a single down low here to the right is Adrian Mann's. and Peyton Beckman in the gun. Waits for the snap from Johans. Drops back. They're coming at him quickly, and he's going to be sacked back at the 32-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 7. Who got there, Sean?
I'm waiting to see. He's kind of limping there. It was number 33, Cy Morris. He was able to get there from the outside linebacker or the defensive end position, and it was a big loss there. It's going to be a loss of at least 5.
Yeah, I got 7, a loss of 7, back to the 32. From the 39 back to the 32, a loss of 7. 4th down and 16, and Hunter Kauser and company back to punt for
It's not
Paulding.
what you want there. They only rushed 4 and was unable to protect Peyton Beckman to give him the time, so it's going to bring the punting unit, as you said, Hunter Kauser in to punt.
Dale Smith at his own 40-yard line looking to haul in this Panther boot by Kauser. He gives it a good kick from his own 22-yard line. Smith under it from his own 34-yard line, and a nice open field tackle on special teams by Dayton Price. 9:36 to go here. It'll be 1st and 10 Bearcats, and the line of scrimmage will be their own 36.
As you said, great tackle, great form tackle, what you teach, and brought him down. And we've talked about how good they have been on their punt return, as Dale Smith is averaging 31 yards average, and that was only at basically 1 yard. So it's going to bring up 1st and 10 on the 36.
Daldy Pritchard with Gunnar Grigsby right behind him, and we got a penalty marker before we snap the football, Sean. We got a false start on the offense?
That's what Paulding wants. They want to get them outside the sticks, and it's going to start out 1st and 15.
1st and 15, back them up to their own 31-yard line here from Paulding High School. No score on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard. Spencerville, their first crack on offense, but they're behind the chains a little bit here with that false start penalty. It's 1st and 15.
It would be critical here to get a 3 and stop and a punt and get the ball back.
Pritchard under center. Dews going to hand it off. Grigsby straight up the middle. Rumbles up near the 40. Pretty good run there. Dayton Price was in on the stop, but not before Grigsby picks up a chunk of 9 right there, Sean.
Yep, solo tackle by Dayton Price from a safety position, as you said, going to be a big chunk of it. And the thing about Spencerville, they get up the line quickly.
They're going real quick. 2nd down and about 6. Grigsby has it again and bumps off a couple of tacklers, and forward progress takes him up to about the 44-yard line. It's going to be a gain of about 4 more right there, Sean.
Yeah, Quentin Gonzalez in there. It was 1. There was 3 in Paulding Panthers, and again, right up to the line. It's going to be 3rd and 2 at the ball on the 44-yard line. So 3rd and 2.
Need to get to the 46-yard line for a fresh set of downs. Coming in from the sideline, Cody Bakke. He'll move in and out of that split end position. And again, the center is Dews, Brandon Dews. Big 250-pound senior. Daldy Pritchard comes up under his senior center. Dews waits for the football, gives it to Grigsby. He's got a stall. Stottlemyre Insurance Center first down as he gets up near midfield to about the 49. That'll move the sticks and a gain of about 5, if not 6 right there, Sean, up to the 50.
Yeah, just a quick dive there. Tackle by, I believe, Kobe Four, and also J.B. Rickles in on the tackle as well.
Right at midfield, 1st and 10 Bearcats from the 50-yard line. Clock running with 8:29 and counting here in Chapter 1. Scoreless tie. Bearcats up to the football. Dews at center will snap it. And Daldy Pritchard's going to hand it off. A little sweep play. Dale Smith on the far side of the field takes it into Paulding Panther territory and is stopped around the 44-yard line. Looks like a gain of 6 right there by Dale Smith, junior running back.
Spencerville tries to do is to get to the outside, and there was an opportunity as they got a big chunk there. As you said, going to be a gain of 6, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 4. Not what you want to be in if you're the Paulding defense.
At the 44 of the Panthers, need to get to the 40 for another first down. Brought to you by Stottlemyre Insurance Center. Pritchard comes up under center, got 3 running backs behind him. He's going to turn, going to hand it off straight up the middle. I think it was Grigsby again who takes it down to the 41. We'll see if he's the one that comes out of the pile. Actually, it was DJ Bowens.
Yep, Dayton Price and Hunter Kauser on the tackle. It's going to make a short gain of 3, I would say.
Yep, it was
going to bring
3.
up 3rd and 1, and we're on in Paulding territories. The ball's on the 41.
DJ Bowens running the football right there, the 140-pound senior running back on his first tote of the night. 3rd and 1 Bearcats from the Paulding 41. Need to get to the 40. Pritchard's got some guys in motion. It's those 2 split ends. Moving over to the left, just one of them split out wide. They're going to hand it off to Bowens, trying to get the corner left. Slips through a hole, has a first down, tackled by Adrian Mans, but not before he'll move the sticks. He'll take it from the 41 down to the 38. It's a gain of 3, Sean.
Yeah, one to go wide, but it wasn't there, and he cut it back up and got the first down, so a good piece of running there. Adrian Mans keeping the contain, but it's going to be another first down for the Spencerville Bearcats. Will be 1st and 10 from the Paulding 38.
1st and 10. Bearcats have it. It looks like maybe the 39-yard line is where the stick is, actually. It's 1st and 10 from the 39.
A lot of shifting.
Yeah. So Pritchard up under center with a single wideout. Going to turn, going to hand it off. Grigsby straight up the middle like a bulldozer. Pushes the Panther pile forward down to about the 33 or 32-yard line. We'll see where they put it down from the 39-yard line. Gunnar Grigsby, the ball carrier, his 4th carry of the ball game.
Let's give tackle there to Braden Sanders and another host of Panthers.
Like
but
as
you said, another gain of 6. That was on the first down of the last set of downs. They got 6 on that down. So 2nd and 4 now on the Paulding 33.
Almost halfway through Chapter 1. Got a man in motion to Smith. Gunnar Grigsby gets it. Nice tackle there by a Panther, number 13, Fernando Garcia.
Fernando Garcia playing nose guard and made a nice play. They're getting through and making a tackle for a loss, I think, or it's going to be no gain. We'll wait and see the official spot. But
it's like no gain.
So we'll go 3rd and 4 from the 33-yard line.
DJ Bowen's no gain on that tote. 3rd down and 4 from the 33. Need to get to the 29 of the Panthers for a fresh set of downs. Up under center is Daldy Pritchard, the senior quarterback, going to give it to Gunnar Grigsby. He spins out of a tackle, and his forward progress is going to take him for another stall. Stoller-Meyer Insurance Center first down to the 27. It's a gain of 6.
Yeah, a host of Panthers there on the tackle, including Nolan Johans. But the thing was he kept his feet moving. You know what I mean by that? And the extra yardage to get the first down, and also Hunter Cowser in on the play. But going to be 1st and 10. And the ball now on the Paulding 27.
Kyle Slade with a 1-yard touchdown run for Wayne Trace. They got the 2-point conversion, 8-0 Raiders, but Troy Christian comes right back with an 88-yard kickoff return. It's 8-7 Raiders down in Troy. 1st and 10 here. Stoller-Meyer Insurance Center first down. Pritchard up to the line of scrimmage. He's going to hand that football off to Goki. Keegan Goki, 180-pound senior with his first toe to the ball game. Takes it from his own 27 down to about, is that the 23? Gain of 3. We'll call it 3 yards. Keegan Goki.
Yeah, nice play there by Hunter Cowser. He came up from his linebacker position to make the play. Going to bring up 2nd and 7, as you said, from the 24-yard line.
Yeah, Goki with the 3-yard gain. 2nd and 6 from the 20. 2nd and 7 from the 24. And again, Pritchard will come up under center. Got a man in motion. A little sweep around the left. It's Tyler King, his first carry of the ball game, and a host of maroon right to the ball carry. Not a whole lot right there. That's a no-gainer for Tyler King.
Yeah, Hunter Cowser the first to come up and make contact, as you said, then a host of Panthers. And that's what they got to do. They got to get a lot of helmets to the football, but no gain. And the other thing, Paulding defense needs to put plays together. You know, they've shown at times, but they haven't been able to do it consecutively.
3rd down coming up for the Bearcats of Spencerville at the Paulding 24. The clock running with 4:20 left in our first chapter. A scoreless tie from Keyser Field. 3rd down and 7 for the Bearcats. And Daldy Pritchard rolling to his right. Wants to stop, drop, throw. Got a man. It's caught. If it's a catch, it's a touchdown. And there's a flag. Eli Harder caught that. Number 5, Eli Harder was the receiver. Got a penalty marker down. It would be a 24-yard touchdown pass. We'll see who this is on. 24-yard touchdown pass for a touchdown. Pritchard to Eli Harder. We'll see.
Waiting to see the call
signal
here.
yet.
No signal, as you said. We've talked about this by officials. Waiting to see what the call is. It looks like it's going to be a touchdown. Might be pass interference and be declined.
We'll see.
Holding.
On Paulding, decline, and it's a touchdown. Eli Harder, 24 yards, Sean, from Daldy Pritchard.
That'll be Daldy Pritchard's first touchdown pass through the air for the season. That'll be Spencerville's first touchdown through the air. So breaking tendency there and throwing there on from the 24 on 3rd down.
And it looks like they're going to go for 2 here. Going to go for 2. Actually, no, they're going to kick. They're going to kick it, and the PAT kicker will be Cody Bakke lining up out of the hold of Daldy Pritchard. And there is the kick, and it is blocked. No PAT
I don't know for sure if it was blocked or you call it kick it into the line. It didn't get high enough.
It's a block. Regardless, let's take a break here from Paulding. 4:06 left in the first quarter. It's Spencerville 6, Panthers 0. Back in a minute on WKSD.
How many run plays?
Kenny Stabler, Sean Gerber back at Keyser Field. Spencerville Bearcats draw first blood, 6-0. How about that Beck's Hybrid scoring drive summary, Sean?
Very impressive drive there by the Spencerville Bearcats as they received the ball on their own 36-yard line, went 64 yards on 12 plays in 5 minutes and 20 seconds, and that was capped off by Dalty Pritchard to Eli Harder from 24 yards out for the score. Extra point failed to bring the score to 6-0 here at Keyser Field.
Beck's Farmers at Hart. Ensuing kickoff. Emerson Lehman will give it a boot. It's going to be grabbed at the 20-yard line by, is that Dayton Price? He is. He's across the 30, 35. He was at his own 20-yard line. He gets out of one tackle. He's down the sideline at the 30 and all the way down inside the 25-yard line. What a return there by Dayton Price from his own 20. Took it 30 and another 25, 55, 56, 57 yards on that return right there, Sean.
Very impressive play here on homecoming as Emerson Lehman from Spencerville pushed him out on the 23, so it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 23 of Spencerville.
Panthers needed that. They'll go to work on the offense. Left to right on your radio dial. Peyton Beckman with 3 running backs behind him. We'll wait for the snap from Nolan Johans. He's going to hand it off to Pearl. Carson takes it up to the 21-yard line. It's going to be a short gain of 2 yards right there for Carson Pearl.
Going to tackled there by Keegan Goki, the senior linebacker who made the play, but a gain of 2, so it's going to bring 2nd and 8 with the ball on the Spencerville 21.
Just outside that Flatland Supply red zone, Paulding Panthers 2nd and 8 from the Bearcat 21. Clock rolling with 3.5 to go in Chapter 1. Spencerville 6, Paulding 0 on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard. Beckman has Garcia, Kauser, and Pearl all lined up in the backfield. No wideouts. He'll get the snap. Peyton's going to hand that football up to Hunter Kauser. Slips out of a tackle inside the 20 and dropped at about the 19. Going to be a gain of maybe a couple more for Hunter Kauser right there, Sean. Maybe 3.
Yeah, brought down by Griffin Schwartz, the defensive end of Spencerville, but not before a gain of 3. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 5 with the ball in the Spencerville 18, and you realize this is 4-down territory.
Absolutely. They're in the Flatland Supply red zone. Under 3 minutes to go here in Chapter 1. Bearcats 6, Panthers 0 in the Battle of Cats in the Northwest Conference in week number 3 on that Williamson Insurance scoreboard. Beckman with 3 running backs again behind him. He'll turn. He's going to hand it off. Pearl, nice hole. 15, 10, and down near the 9. He's going to have a stall. Stottlemyre Insurance Center first down as he took it from the 18 down to the 10. Sean, that's a gain of 8.
That's Paulding's first down of the game, but what a, they've basically come out, we're going to run the football in the T formation with double tight end, and Tyler King had to come up and make the play, but it's going to be 1st and goal from the 10 for the Paulding Panthers.
In the red zone, brought to you by Flatland Supply, serving the electrical and plumbing needs of residential, commercial, industrial, and agricultural customers since 1966 in Van Wert. Check them out, flatlandsupplycompany.com, and the next play from scrimmage there is Fernando Garcia carrying the football, it looks like.
Yep.
From the 10, 1st and goal from the 10.
The junior Griffin Schwartz from the defensive end is having a great game so far. Another tackle by him, but it should be about I think it's going to be a
2-yard gain.
2-yard gain. Wait for the officials.
Yeah, down to the 8.
So it should be 2nd and goal from the 8.
Nando with his first carry of the ball game picks up 2. 2nd and goal, Panthers from the 8. Adrian Mann's on that left end. Everybody's bunched in. Price on the right end. Full house backfield. Beckman under center. Gets the snap. Turns. Tosses it to Carson Pearl. Gets the corner. 5 and dropped right around that 5-yard line. Carson Pearl on the carry that time from the 8. I think he picked up about 3 right there, Sean.
Yep, tackled there by Spencerville's DJ Bowens, the outside linebacker. Kind of stopped that from him getting a touchdown, but it should bring up 3rd and goal from the 5 here. So Paulding has 3rd and 5 from the 5. 2 plays to get 5 yards.
Absolutely. You called it. We're down to 1:19 and counting in the first quarter. Spencerville 6-0 leaders. Paulding up to the football. 3rd and goal from the 5. Hunter Kauser, Carson Pearl back there, and Fernando Garcia. Beckman gets the snap from Johans. Hands it off to Hunter Kauser. Trying to find some daylight off the left tackle. He's short of the goal line, but he does gain some ground and gets down closer, down to about the 1 or 2, Sean.
Yeah, gain tackle there by Spencerville. And this is going to bring up a
2-yard
critical
line.
4th down, so it should be 4th and goal from the 2.
Yep.
4th and goal from the 2. we're going to have another play as there's 47 seconds to go in this quarter in the play clock, about 20 seconds difference.
Panthers need 2 yards to tie this ball game up. They're down 6-0. Peyton Beckman in from the near sideline into the huddle. 4th and goal, Paulding from the Bearcat 2. Spencerville up 6-0 on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard. Kauser, Garcia, and Pearl all behind senior quarterback Peyton Beckman.
Timeout.
We get a timeout taken by the Panthers as they want to talk this one over and make sure they get it right. Timeout brought to you all season long by the good folks at Van Wert Health. Our thanks to them. We're going to keep it right here. 27.2 ticks left on our first quarter clock. Spencerville 6, Paulding 0 on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard. When play resumes out of this Van Wert Health timeout, Paulding 4th and goal from the 2. Spencerville scored at the 4:06 mark. Through the air, Daldy Pritchard found Eli Harder from 24 yards out. PAT kick was no good, and that's why it's 6-0 Bearcats, Sean.
Yeah, what a critical play already earlier in this first quarter here for the Paulding Panthers, trying to answer that touchdown, as you said. Last update I had, Kenny, was Edgerton leading Antwerp 7-0. Ripke with the touchdown running it in. So that's the last I have on that score. And then, as you said, the Paulding or the Wayne Trace score still 8-6 is the last update I had on that.
Van Wert leading in their football game tonight at Wapak 7-0. Wapakoneta 0-2, a big game for them tonight.
It is, and those two teams traditionally they battle, and it's hard for Van Wert usually to win at Wapak. So that would be a huge win.
Van Wert trying to go to 3-0.
They're trying to go to 3-0, so that would be a huge win for that program.
27.2 seconds left. Here come the Paulding Panthers. Here come the Spencerville Bearcats. 27 seconds left in the quarter. Spencerville leads 6-0. Paulding 4th and goal from the 2. Garcia, Kauser, and Pearl all lined up behind Beckman. He's going to get that snap from Nolan Johans. He'll get it. He'll hand it off. Garcia trying to get in, trying to muscle in. Did he get the push? Did he get in? They're going to say he's just short of the goal line. My goodness, that was really, really close. Panther fans not real happy about that spot, but Spencerville's going to turn the Panthers away right at the goal line, Sean. That's about as close as you can get.
Inches. What they did is Paulding just handed up straight up the middle, and it's like you on the playground, you just push him forward, and you thought that they actually pushed him into the end zone, but the official came in and said, and it's actually inches. It's
so
ball's
Garcia,
on the 1 yard line, but it's like 99 yards and 9 inches.
He needed a 2 yards and got 1. So the Bearcats will take over 1st and 10 from their own 1. And Pritchard, I think, is going to keep it himself and move the pile forward up near the 5 as we're down to 12 seconds left. And that'll be the final play of our first quarter. After 1, Spencerville leads Paulding 6-0. Back with Chapter 2 right after this on WKSD.
55, Jamie Rickles.
Kenny Stabler and Sean Gerber back up in the box at Keyser Field, Paulding High School on homecoming night. Leah Egner's the homecoming queen, and Luke McCullough, the homecoming king. 6-0 Bearcats after 1, Sean.
I'm not sure, Kay, when the last time we had a 20-minute quarter. I had to look at my phone twice. When's the last time you think we've had one of those?
Been a while.
Paulding chose to run the ball 7 consecutive plays there to get the ball down to the 1 yard line. They did not throw it. And so 2 teams tonight who chose to run the football, and that quarter is the fastest quarter that I can remember, Kenny.
Very, very fast moving with all those running plays, Sean.
Again, I know I'm stuttering here. I've never seen something like that, but 20 minutes when I looked at my clock, and that's just unheard of.
Bearcats have it 2nd and 6 from their own 5. We switch ends, and Grigsby is going to have a dive play good for 2 up the middle there. Grigsby takes it.
They got Fernando Garcia there playing at nose guard, and he was able to make the tackle.
Maybe just a yard.
So it's going to give him a yard, so it should bring up 3rd and about 5. We'll go 3rd and 4, Kenny. 3rd and 4.
So 2 yards there on that gain by
2 yards.
Gunnar Grigsby.
3rd and 4.
3rd and 4.
This would be huge if they can get a stop here.
Absolutely.
They would get great field position.
Ball is on their own 6-yard line. Second quarter just underway. Clock at 11:25 and counting. Pritchard up to the football with Grigsby right behind him. Got a man in motion, and they're going to hand it off to Gunnar.
Nice
off
play.
a right tackle. He'll nose his way up near the 10 and up to the 11-yard line. Needed 5. I think he got about 5. He's going to be real close to that first down marker.
Going to be real close there. I think tackled
Just
by
shy.
J.B. Rickles, and it says it's going to be short. And waiting to see what – I can't think Spencerville would go for it here, but they're not making much reaction
I
here.
think they need less than a yard. The ball is on the 11.
It's
We'll
4th
see.
and 1.
It's definitely fourth in inches. It's less than a yard, it looks like to me. So if they decide to roll the dice here and go for it, Paulding with a big opportunity to stand them up on the D here. We'll see.
Now the thing is, Daldy
Play clock's down to 8.
Pritchard's also the punter, but they're going under center, Ken.
They are. They're going to go for it here. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to push forward. Panthers standing him up, and it's going to be close. This is all going to come down to a measurement, Sean.
It's 4th and 1 on their own 11, and they just went for it.
And
it's all about the measurement now.
That's what, all about the spot of the football here. Pritchard kept it. Needed a yard. They think they've got it, but I don't know.
As you said, I said the measurement, but the spot itself, and they're discussing it right now.
Oh, boy, it's close. They're going to bring the chains in.
Out. Wow. Again, as we said, 4th and 1 from their own 11.
Chris Summers.
And they chose to roll the dice.
Sure did. They went Vegas here on the road at Paulding with 10:33 to go here in the second quarter. And the Paulding chain gang making their way onto the field here. This is a big measurement right here, Sean.
2 big plays already so far in this game. We just had it on the other end, 4th and 1.
Panther D did a good job.
And then 4th and 1 here, and the Panther D they put some back-to-back stops, and it's going to bring out the chains.
If they get it, they're going to barely get it. And they put it down. They'll stretch the chains out, and they got it by the nose of the football. Stollmeyer Insurance Center first down for the Bearcats. That was gutsy right there, but they got it.
Yeah, as you said, going Vegas there, rolling the dice early, and you're up 6-0 and have the ball there. Paulding would have had the ball back, on their own 11. So give Chris Summers credit making that call. So it'll be 1st and 10 here, and it actually was only about a half a yard that they needed, which they got. So 1st and 10 from the 11.
After one, Tenora and Hicksville scoreless tie in that football game. Van Wert leads Wapak 7-0 after one, and Pritchard is back to throw. He's being chased. He'll throw a screen pass. It's incomplete. The intended receiver was Goki. Good coverage there. Good pressure by Paulding getting to Daldy Pritchard. He took a pretty good shot to the shoulder there.
Yeah, great pressure there by Adrian Manns and also number 52 for the Panthers, Sam Woods. They were able to put pressure on Daldy Pritchard, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
So now you've got the Bearcats behind the chains a little bit. Trevor Speece throws an 18-yard pass to Owen Manns. Wayne Trace leading Troy Christian 14-7 down in Troy. An update on that one. 10:23 to go here. 6-0 Bearcats. And Pritchard comes up under center. He's going to turn, going to hand the football off, and it's Tyler King on the far side of the field, and I'm not sure he got back to the line of scrimmage. He lost 1 or maybe 2 right there, Sean. Lost 2.
Yeah, brought down by the defensive end, Adrian Manns. Great contain on his part, not allowing him to get to the outside. Going to be a loss of 2, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 12.
Adrian Manns with a real good defensive play right there for Paulding. We go under 10 minutes left in our second. 6-0 Bearcats, and a big 3rd down and 12 for Spencerville. Daldy Pritchard probably going to have to go to the air this time, wouldn't you think?
You would think at 3rd and 12 to get the yards, but we'll wait and see.
Credit to Panther D here, man. They've been standing up well against this ground attack, and they've gotten to Pritchard a couple of times. He's going to come up under center, single wide out. He's dropping back. He's rolling to his right. He stops, looks, throws back against his body, has Goki at the 25. He dives across the 30. That's a stall. Stollmeyer Insurance Center first down on a clutch completion from Pritchard to Goki. We'll see the yardage here. They're going to put it right at the 30. It's a 21-yard gain, and a fresh set of downs brought to you by the Stollmeyer Insurance Center. Clutch, though, they're on the run by Daldy Pritchard, Sean.
Yeah, again, just a backside drag coming across the formation and threw it underneath, and what a great catch he made, and the yardage necessary for the first down. So it's going to get Spencerville some breathing room as the ball will be out on the 30-yard line.
OG Titans at St. Mary's leading 6-0 after 1 in the Western Buckeye League. We close in on the 9-minute mark, and Spencerville 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. They'll bring everybody back in tight. Grigsby behind. Senior quarterback Daldy Pritchard do have a man split out wide to the left now, and they're going to hand it off to Grigsby, and not a whole lot there. Panther defensive line getting the job done, and a short gain by Gunnar Grigsby to the 31-yard line. And Paulding thinks the ball squirted out, and the officials are talking about it, but I think it's going to be a 2nd down and 9 coming up for the Bearcats, Sean.
That's why I was waiting to see what the decision would be made there, but great job by the Panther defense, the front 7, I should say, with the way they're lining up. Did a great job there, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 9 with the ball on the Spencerville 31.
Bearcats have it on their own 31, as Sean mentioned. 2nd and 9, leading 6-0 in the ball game. Eli Harder will split out wide to the right. Running backs with Bowens in motion. They're going to toss it to DJ on the far side of the field. Penalty marker flies in from the back, Judge, and a short gain up to about the 33-yard line. It would be a gain of 2 for Bowens, but let's check this penalty. Holding on Spencerville, Sean.
Yeah,
take it off the board.
Yep, a host of Panthers, including Carson Pearl there on the tackle. As you said, this holding, though, is going to bring it back. We'll have to see. It's from the spot of the foul. But I think it's going to at least bring it to probably about 2nd and 18, 2nd and 19. We'll have to wait to see officially.
We'll see what they do. After one quarter, Edgerton leading Antwerp 7-0 in the Green Meadows Conference. That ball game up at Edgerton tonight. 6-0 here, Spencerville.
Line.
Yep.
It's going to be about 2nd and 19.
6-0 for the Bearcats on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard. 2nd down and 14 is the down and distance. Ball back at the 21-yard line, and Pritchard is going to hand it straight up the middle. DJ Bowens has some running room. 30, 40, 50. Down to the Panther 40. Did he step out of bounds? I think he did. It's a Stollmeyer Insurance Center 1st down, and a nice run there by senior running back DJ Bowens. Takes it from his own 21. Let's see where they put it down, Sean.
An inside counter, which we haven't seen him run
31 yards to the 48.
That's a backbreaker there. It was 2nd and 19 from the 21, and run that inside counter, and something we haven't seen him run yet this football game, and a big 1st down.
Stollmeyer Insurance Center 1st down for the red and black. They're into Panther territory at the Paulding 48. Pritchard comes up under center, waits for it from Dew, who's going to hand it off straight up the middle. Quick hitter to the ball carrier right there. I think it was Gunnar Grigsby again. See who, unless it was Bowens. Nope, it's Gunnar Grigsby. Down to the 46-yard line, a gain of 2 for the big junior.
Braden Sanders with the tackle. It's going to be a gain of 2, so bring up 2nd and 8. Now we're in Paulding territories. The ball's on the 46-yard line with 7:32, and should tell people listening, Paulding down 6-0 on the Keyser scoreboard.
And this is the 2nd quarter, almost halfway through. Daldy Pritchard comes up under center, 2nd down and 8. Dropping back, wants to throw. Looks for Harder, but throws. DJ Bowens with a catch, and an open field tackle down around the 41 of Paulding by Dayton Price. Down to they're going to say to give him the 42. It's going to be a 4-yard gain to the 42, Sean.
4-yard gain.
3rd and 4. 3rd and 4 at the 42 of the Panthers.
Spencerville breaking a lot of tendencies. They've already thrown the football 4 times here in the first half and only thrown it 8 times all season. So breaking a lot of tendencies by throwing the football.
Trevor Spieth with a 38-yard pick 6 down at Troy, and the Raiders are up 20-7 over Troy Christian. 6:44 and counting here. 6-0 Bearcats. Pritchard comes up under center with a single wide out to the top and a 3rd and 4 from the Paulding 42. Gunnar Grigsby gets it, got a lot of running room, stiff arm, and he's off to the races down the near sideline. 10-5 into the end zone. Touchdown Bearcats, no penalty markers. 42-yard run by Gunnar Grigsby, and Spencerville has just put another 6 on that Williamson Insurance scoreboard, Sean.
Yeah, someone missed their lane there, and then a good stiff arm on the corner and got him to the outside and just went down the sideline, as you said, for 42 yards to make the score 12-0 Spencerville Bearcats. We'll wait and see. I think they'll go for 2 here since they missed the extra point on the last touchdown.
We'll see what they do. The PAT is brought to you by AgVantage Seed Center.
Don't see this very often, but that'll be a 99-yard drive because they started with the ball on the 1-yard line.
Exactly right. Extra point brought to you by AgVantage Seed Center, your local Beck's dealer. Come grow with us. They'll go for 2. 12-0 lead. Pritchard comes up under his center dues with 2 running backs behind him and a single wide out to the bottom. Going to hand it off to Dale Smith. He kept it himself. He faked the handoff to Smith, and he runs it in for the 2-pointer, and Spencerville has a 14-0 lead. Let's take a break from Keyser Field, almost halfway through Chapter 2. Spencerville 14, Paulding nothing. Back in a minute on WKSD. Back at Keyser Field, Kenny Stabler and Sean Gerber. How about that Beck's Hybrid scoring drive summary as the Bearcats go up 14-0, Sean?
Kind of an unusual drive, Kenny. After Spencerville stopped Paulding, they got the ball on the 1-yard line, went 99 yards on 12 plays in 5 minutes and 51 seconds, and that was capped off by the 42-yard by Gunnar Grisby. And then Daldy Pritchard with a 2-point conversion to make the score 14-0 in Spencerville.
Scoring drive summary brought to you by Beck's Farmers at Heart. Our thanks to them as they get ready for the ensuing kickoff to Paulding. Emerson Lehman, the 165-pound sophomore, standing 6'1", will give it a left-footed boot from his own 40. Adrian Manns, Dayton Price back deep to receive for the Panther crew. Here's a low kick on the bounce, going to be grabbed at the 25-yard line by one of the up men. I believe that is number 21 for Paulding, and it is Logan Vance on the return. The junior takes it up across the 35, up to about the 38, Sean.
Yeah, brought down by Tyler Koenig and also Cody Bakke there on the tackle, or excuse me, Tyler King on the tackle there. But you got to go back to that last drive. The gamble by Chris Summers paid off. And Paulding, we got 6 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the second quarter, and this is only their third possession of the football game.
Dayton Price wide to the right, Panthers right to left on your radio dial. Full house backfield behind Peyton Beckman. Gets the snap from Nolan Johans, puts it in the belly of Fernando Garcia, straight up the middle. He'll dive to about the 43-yard line. That's a gain of about 4 right there for Fernando Garcia, the 5'6", 170-pound senior, Sean.
Yep, tackled there by the linebacker, Cade Elling for Spencerville. But as you said, going to be a nice gain there. Going to get a gain of 4, so we'll bring 2nd and 6 on the Paulding 43-yard line.
Panthers in the huddle. Dayton Price wide to the right. Adrian Manns on the left end. 3 running backs behind Peyton Beckman, who comes up under Nolan Johans for the snap. He's going to turn, toss it back to Hunter Cowger, who wants to throw a pass. He got a man wide open, and it's caught at the 20, and that is going to be a Paulding Panther touchdown that covers 57 yards. So a little razzle-dazzle, and the Panthers are on the board. A 57-yard strike from Hunter Cowger to Dayton Price, Sean.
A little trickery there as we talk about, kind of a halfback pass as you want to describe it there, and it was wide open for the touchdown. Not a Bearcat within 5 to 10 yards of him. So big play for the Paulding Panthers.
I believe it was a 44-yard pass. Did you write that down, the yardage number? 44 yards?
I had 57.
57, excuse me. I had 44 on my mind for some reason, but a 57-yard pass from Hunter Cowger to Dayton Price, and Paulding has dented the scoreboard at the 5:37 mark. They'll go for 2. Cowger wide to the right, Price wide to the left, and a single running back to the right of Peyton Beckman as they'll go for 2. Brought to you by AgVantage Seed Center. They'll throw, and Adrian Manns catches it. Let's take another break from Paulding. The Panthers have made this one interesting. It's 14-8 Bearcats. We're back in a minute with that Beck's Hybrid scoring drive summary on WKSD. Back at Keyser Field, it's 14-8 Spencerville. How about that Beck's hybrid scoring drive summary there, Sean?
Just when you thought all the momentum was going Spencerville's way, the Paulding Panthers respond by going 61 yards in 2 plays in 51 seconds. And that was capped off by a halfback pass, Hunter Kauser to Dayton Price from 57 yards out. And then the 2-point conversion, Peyton Beckman then to Adrian Mans to make the score 14-8 on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard.
Scoring drive summary brought to you by Beck's, Farmers at Heart, and that 2-point conversion brought to you by AgVantage Seed Center, your local Beck's dealer. Come grow with us. They've got it up on the tee here. Looks like Dom Carnahan will boot it from his own 40-yard line. Spencerville 14, Paulding 8 on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard here in week number 3. Spencerville's 2-0, Paulding's 1-1. Squib kick. Goki has a hand on it, lost it, and hopping on that right away was number 5, Eli Harder, to recover for Spencerville back at their own 31, 32-yard line, it looks like, Sean.
Yep, just loose for a second, but Eli Harder, as you said, the wide receiver with the good hands, was able to get on it, and the ball's going to be now on the 32-yard line of Spencerville. But what a big score. I can't stress that enough because
great play call.
Yeah, if Spencerville gets the ball back and scores again, they get the ball to start the second half. So huge momentum change there to stay in the game.
You know, sometimes you try the trickery, you try the play, and it's not there, but it was there for Paulding, and they executed it. Pritchard.
Great call at the right time.
Has his team at his own 32-yard line. 1st and 10. Bearcats, 5:35 to go till half. He'll go to the air. Got a man open. It's caught by Cody Bakke, and he'll take it across the 40-yard line. He's real close to another first down. Needed 10, and I think he got 10. Well, actually got 11 up to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 11 on that pass to Bakke, Cody Bakke, the senior split end.
They tackled there by Carson Pearl, as you said, though. The first down, and it's going to bring up 1st and 10 with the ball spotted on the Spencerville 44.
Spencerville trying to answer that Panther score and get the momentum back. Single wide out, Cody Bakke wide to the left. Everyone else bunched in. And Daldy Pritchard going to hand the football off to DJ Bowens, and he looked like he had a little bit of daylight, but they closed the gap quickly. Nice open field tackle there for the Panthers up to the 45-yard line. Picked up just a yard.
I think tackled there by J.B. Rickles there from the linebacker position. Going to be a gain of 1, so it should bring up 2nd and 9 with getting under 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
14-8, Spencerville Bearcats leading by 6 on the road here in this Northwest Conference showdown in week number 3. Paulding 1-1, Bearcats 2-0, and a 2nd and 9 from their own 45. Daldy Pritchard, senior quarterback, waits for the snap from Dews. Going to hand the football off. Little dive off of right tackle. Not a whole lot there to the 46-yard line.
Give Fernando Garcia a lot of credit there at nose guard. I know he's coming off the field right now, but he's been disrupting that inside running game. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8, and it's very critical. After just scoring, if you can get a 3 and out here, that would be huge for the Paulding defense.
Absolutely right. Gunnar Grigsby unofficially 11 carries for 83 yards. Had that 1-yard gain right now on a big 3rd and 8. Need to get to the Paulding 46. Pritchard throws, got a man open. It's complete, but down to the 49-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 5. Gain of 5. And the pass was caught there by number 4, Cody Bakke. And 4th down.
Yeah, brought down
for the Bearcats.
Dayton Price. And as you said, you got to believe the way he's been rolling and the dice, he's going to gamble here at 4th and 3 here with the ball on the Paulding, let's say 49-yard line. So 4th and 3 from the 49-yard line. Going to roll the dice again.
Got to get down to the 46 to keep this drive alive. Otherwise, Paulding takes over. Game clock. Yep, game clock down to 3:38. Yeah, now they are going to punt. Pritchard, the quarterback, and the punter going to step back at punt formation, so Paulding has to adjust quickly and get their return team back there. And now we're going to get a timeout taken by Spencerville. Brought to you by Van Wert Health. 3:27 to go. We'll let Sean catch his breath here. 3:27 left. 14-8. It's been a really good ball game.
It was a little confusion there. It looked like he was going to go for it in the last second. He made the decision that he was going to punt. You know, I don't know what changed his mind. You know, we've seen him roll the dice when he had the ball on his own 11-yard line and decided to go for it. But this, for some reason, this game he's made the choice. I think partly because he gets the ball to start the second half, so he's made that decision with 4th and 3 here. He's going to punt. Spencerville's only punted twice all season, and he's a good punter, Daldy Pritchard, as he's averaging 33 or 35 yards per game. So it'll be interesting to see if they still continue or they change their mind once again.
How about the facilities here at Paulding?
Things
are looking great, aren't they?
It is. Everything's well organized as well. You know, we can't speak enough of the staff here. The athletic department just do an outstanding job.
Homecoming night, Luke McCullough and Leah Egner. Homecoming royalty here at Paulding 2020. The back to punt. Pritchard picks it up off the ground. Will give it a boot from his own 42-yard line. It's a high punt that Paulding will back away from, and it takes a Paulding bounce sideways. They'll down it at about the 22-yard line. On the coverage there, Eli Harder for the Spencerville punt unit. And Paulding will have it 1st and 10, down 14-8 with 3:18 to work with here until halftime.
Daldy Pritchard with a 27-yard punt there, so it's going to give Paulding the football back. And Paulding's going to be wanting to look for yardage here because, as we said, Spencerville gets the ball to start the second half. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 22 with 3:18 here in the second quarter.
After one down in Troy, the Wayne Trace Raiders leading Troy Christian 20-7. We got 3:18 to go here, and the Panthers up to the football. Beckman with 3 running backs, going to hand it off to one of them, and it's Carson Pearl, and he's hit for a loss of 2 yards back to 20-yard line, Sean.
Seems like we've said this name a lot, but Griffin Schultz and Cade Elling there on the tackle. It's probably going to be a loss of 2, Kenny.
Yep.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 12, and the clock's now under 3 minutes.
Back to the 20-yard line, 2nd down and 12. For the Maroon of Paulding, trailing Spencerville 14-8, late second quarter. Clock running with 2 minutes and 50 left until half. And Paulding up to the football. 2nd and 12 from their own 20. 3 running backs behind Peyton Beckman. Nolan Johans will snap it to him. Peyton gets it. He tosses it back over to Pearl, who tries to get the corner right. Still in the backfield. Cuts it back up against the grain, and some positive yardage across the 20 up to about the 22. So he got a couple back, Sean, it looks like.
Yeah, he did a nice job of cutting it up, as you said. Tackled there by Tyler King. But, again, it's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Got back to the original line of scrimmage. So, and the clock's moving. There's 2:17 to go here in the second quarter.
Play clock at 25 seconds left. And Paulding kind of taking their time here on 3rd and 10 from their own 22.
Spencerville might take another timeout, but they're going to allow Paulding to run this play clock down.
Yeah, Paulding's going to let it run down just in case they don't convert here, and they'll punt it away and not leave the Bearcats with a whole lot of time before half. It's 14-8.
With their quarterback over here, I think they're going to call timeout.
Yeah, on the near side of the field. That's what's going on. Talking to assistant coach Joe Fisher, and Paulding will call the Van Wert Health timeout. We'll keep it right here. 1:50 left and a timeout taken by Paulding. The Panthers with a big 3rd and 10 coming up from their own 22-yard line. Spencerville with a lead, 14-8. Big play coming up here, 3rd and 10. Paulding either keeps the drive alive or Spencerville gets a stop with a chance to have the football back.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to give the ball back, but you also don't want to turn it over either. So it's a tough situation. Paulding electing to call the timeout, discuss things over, and also just to give their players a break. You know, Paulding has a lot of players going both ways, and it's really a physical game trying to stop this Bearcat offense that likes to rush the football.
7-0, Tenora leading Hicksville in the Green Meadows Conference with 8:48 to go in the second quarter. Also, mid-second quarter, Van Wert leads Wapak 14-0. Here it's 14-8. Bearcats by 6 on the road, trying to stay undefeated. Paulding trying to get to 2-1, man, because they're going to put all these teams in the Northwest Conference on brackets for a conference tournament for the next 3 weeks, right?
And as you said, if it's 2-1, if Paulding would win tonight, Paulding be 2-1, Spencerville would be 2-1, Crestview would be 2-1. It would make for a unique situation, because then I think they have to start flipping a quarter or flipping a coin. It's a coin toss at that point.
Well, Spencerville's out of the Van Wert Health timeout, out onto the field on the defensive side. Panther offense trotting back towards the line of scrimmage. Big 3rd and 10 for the Panthers from their own 22-yard line. Trailing Spencerville 14-8 on that Williamson Insurance scoreboard. Fernando Garcia, single running back to the right of senior quarterback Peyton Beckman. Shotgun formation. Paulding will go 4 wide with trip receivers to the bottom. Johan snaps to Beckman. Peyton has a little bit of time, steps up, throws deep down the middle, into coverage, and it's intercepted by the Bearcats. Carter Ringwald, and he's dropped at the Panther 44-yard line. He snagged it up near midfield. Beckman threw down the middle. Just Peyton's 2nd interception of the season, but Spencerville's going to have the ball, and that kind of acts like a punt, wouldn't you say?
It does. He took a shot down the field, as you said, going to end up being a punt. It's actually the first turnover of the game. Spencerville's 2nd interception of the season, but the big thing is it is a punt, but you don't get to run the clock down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 with 1:41 on the 44-yard line.
Yeah, Paulding's 44, and back to throw is Pritchard. He pump fakes, he throws, he wants to go long. Double move, throws far side of the field, and just overshoots the intended receiver, Cody Bakke. Coverage down there by Dayton Price. Carson Pearl was back there as well for the Panthers, and the clock stops with the incompletion. 1:34 to go now in the second quarter. 14-8 Bearcats. And the ball will remain on the Panther 44-yard line, 2nd and 10 for Spencerville, Sean.
Old school route there, the old chair route, as he ran it out and as a double move and went upfield and had an opportunity. It was a nice ball throw by Dolly Pritchard, just about, as you said, another arm's length away. If he'd have been stretched Armstrong, he'd have been able to make the catch, but just an arm length away. So bring up 2nd and 10 with the ball on the Paulding 44.
94 seconds left up under center. Dolly Pritchard going to turn, hand it off to Gunnar Grigsby, and a short gain as he's tripped up at about the 43-yard line. Yeah, Fernando Garcia there again on the Paulding tackle. Going to be a 1-yard gain for Gunnar Grigsby on his 12th carry of the ball game. And 3rd down coming up.
They've done an outstanding job of stopping the run between the tackles. I mean, it's been
they've worked hard on it this week.
You know what I mean? It's been a crawl for the Spencerville, getting 1 or 2 yards, and they've done an outstanding job there. Fernando Garcia leading the charge.
3rd down and 9 for the Bearcats. Pritchard coming in from the far sideline with the play. We're down to a minute left on the game clock. 14-8 Spencerville. 3rd and 9 from the Paulding 43. Well, need to get down to about the 34 to move the sticks. And a little inside handoff to DJ Bowens. Nothing doing. Tripped up at the 40. It's a gain of 3, and it won't be enough for a first down.
I think Adrian Manns was in on the play, and as you said, not going to be enough for a first down. It's going to bring up 4th down, and we're under 38 seconds here. It's going to be about 4th and 7.
About a 1-second differential on the play clock and the game clock. Spencerville may take this all the way down, and Paulding may be satisfied with the same. This could basically be the half. They will have to punt it, though.
They will. I think they're going to try one more play. I think they'll try to throw for the end zone. I really do, what the decisions he made. He's going to wait to go down and call timeout.
Timeout and then have one play.
Yep.
Okay, makes sense. Van Wert Health timeout on the way. Spencerville stops the clock with 12.9 seconds left in the first half of play. Bearcats leading Paulding 14-8 on that Williamson Insurance scoreboard. Here's the situation. 4th and 7 for Spencerville at the Paulding 41. Need to get to the 34 for the first down, but I think they're looking for a little more than just a first down here.
I agree with you, and I've been very impressed with this Paulding defense.
Same.
They've done an outstanding job. They've never really given up that big play except where Grigsby had that 42-yard touchdown run, but they've kept everything in front of them and made Spencerville earn it. And if they can get a stop here, that would be huge as they go into half, only down 6 if they're able to do that.
Good ball game. I talked to some people earlier this week that felt like Spencerville may be a heavy favorite in this ball game. The Panthers are fighting them tough here at home in week 3.
And every possession's key in a game like this because you just get very few of them. Each team had 4 possessions in the first half, and so every time you have the ball, you either have to move it or score, because if you don't, you're just limited in the amount of possessions because both teams tonight choosing to run the football.
12.9 seconds left. Paulding defense on the field, and Spencerville's offense doing the same thing. Bearcat center is Brandon Dews, the big 250-pound senior veteran. He'll snap that football here once they line up. Paulding's up to the football. 12.9 seconds left. 4th and 7. 12.9 seconds left until halftime. 14-8 Bearcats. Daldy Pritchard, quarterback, dropping back. He wants to throw, but Paulding's coming after him. He'll step up, throw, get hit from behind. Diving catch attempt for first down yardage is incomplete. The intended receiver was Eli Harder. 7.1 seconds left, and Paulding will take over on downs.
Give Paulding credit. They brought pressure and was able to get to him and forced Daldy Pritchard to get rid of it a little sooner than he wanted. And now Paulding will have the ball with 7 seconds. I think you just take a knee
I
here.
think so, too. I don't think you get greedy here, but we'll see. Beckman and the offense comes out. They're going to have it 1st and 10 from their own 41. Maybe they've got another trick play up their sleeves here. We'll see. 7.1 seconds left. You got to believe Spencerville's ready for that. And it looks like they're lining up in a formation where they're just going to take the knee here, Sean. And that's exactly what they'll do. Peyton Beckman takes the knee. Time's going to run out. We played 2 quarters of Northwest Conference football in week number 3. Halftime from Panther Country on homecoming night. It is Spencerville leading Paulding by a score of 14-8. Again, your halftime score on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard. Spencerville Bearcats 14, Paulding Panthers 8. We'll take a timeout, and when we come back to Keyser Field, it'll be the Laudix Jewelry halftime show. Again, in week number 3, your halftime score is Spencerville 14, Paulding 8. You're listening to high school football on your high school sports station, Classic Hits Radio 99.7 WKSD. 18 yards rushing for Paulding on 2, 4, 7, 12 carries. And for Spencerville, $137 on 18, 20, 22, 24 carries. We welcome you back to Paulding High School. Kenny Stabler and Sean Gerber back at Keyser Field. Week number 3 of the high school football season. It is halftime. Spencerville leading Paulding by a score of 14-8. And this halftime report is being brought to you by Laudix Jewelry, family owned and operated since 1950. If you or a loved one is getting engaged, you'll find a great selection of engagement rings at Laudix Jewelry with 2 locations to serve you in Van Wert and Coldwater. Be sure to like them on Facebook. Our thanks to Laudix Jewelry in Van Wert and Coldwater, your halftime show sponsor. 14-8, Bearcats by half a dozen on the road here. The Bearcats came in with a record of 2-0. Paulding 1-1 coming into play tonight. Let's take a look at our scoring summary. It all started at the 4:06 mark of our first quarter. Spencerville would score first, and they would score through the air. Quarterback Daldy Pritchard, a 24-yard scoring strike to Eli Harder. The PAT kick was no good, but the Bearcats were leading early in the ballgame, 6-0, about halfway through Chapter 1, and that would be our score at the end of 1. The Bearcats 6, Paulding Panthers 0. Quarter number 2, Spencerville would score again, this time on the ground. Junior running back Gunnar Grigsby, a 42-yard scamper. Daldy Pritchard would run it in for the 2-point conversion, and about halfway through the second quarter at the 6:28 mark, it was the Bearcats stretching that lead out to 14-0. Paulding Panthers, though, pull a little rabbit out of the hat, little trickery play, a halfback pass covering 57 yards from Hunter Kauser, who took the handoff from Peyton Beckman. Kauser threw a nice pass to Dayton Price. It covered 57 yards, and Paulding was on the scoreboard at the 5:37 mark. They would go for 2, and they would get it. Peyton Beckman's pass complete to Adrian Manns. That made it 14-8 with 5:37 to go in the second quarter, and that gets us to where we are. It's halftime here from Paulding on homecoming night, where Leah Egner was crowned homecoming queen. Luke McCullough, your homecoming king in 2020. And at the half, we got a battle in the Northwest Conference. Through 2 quarters, it's Spencerville 14, Paulding Panthers 8. Let's take another break. When we come back, Sean will rejoin me, and we'll take a look at some of the numbers in our first 2 quarters of this one. It's a good one from Paulding. It's halftime. Spencerville leads Paulding 14-8. You're listening to Northwest Conference football on your Northwest Conference and Green Meadows Conference station, Classic Hits Radio 99.7 WKSD.
I wanted to verify a stat.
Welcome back to Paulding High School, the Laudex Jewelry Halftime Show, week number 3. Halftime score, Spencerville 14, Paulding 8 on that Williamson Insurance scoreboard. Sean, how about some quick numbers and thoughts?
Yeah, take a look at the numbers first. Let's get your visitors, the Spencerville Bearcats, on the scoreboard. Come in averaging 18 first downs, have 9 here in the first half. Unofficially, we have 24 attempts for 137 yards rushing. Through the air, Spencerville is 5 of 8 for 65 yards. They have 202 total yards of offense here in the first half. No interceptions, no fumbles, so no turnovers by the Spencerville Bearcats. 1 punt for 27 yards by Daldy Pritchard. And then just 2 penalties. A false start and a holding call for the 15 yards of penalties and only 2. So when you look at the stats, they're about what Spencerville averages. But when you look at the Paulding stats, Paulding Panthers only had 2 first downs. Unofficially, we had them 12 rushing attempts for 18 yards. But here's the stat that's really interesting. Paulding has only completed 2 of 3 passes. Now, he's dropped back to pass, but he's been sacked, so that's not an attempt. That's a subtraction from the rushing yards. So Paulding's only 2 of 3 through the air for 59 yards. Paulding was held to 77 total yards of offense in the first half. Did have the 1 interception. Carter Ringwald of Spencerville had the interception, so 1 turnover. And then Paulding with the 1 punt for 29 yards. And Paulding was 0 penalty yards this week. So when you look at the statistics, very much in favor of Spencerville, but on the scoreboard, Paulding only down 6, but the passing is the one that really surprises me. As we talked about coming into this football game, Peyton Beckman, it was 27 of 49 for 481 yards, averaging about 240 yards through the air, was held actually just to 2 yards passing because Hunter Kauser gets credit for the 57-yard touchdown pass to Dayton Price. So that's a really interesting statistic.
Spencerville led by Gunnar Grigsby on the ground, 12 carries, 84 yards, including a 42-yard touchdown run. DJ Bowen, senior running back, 6 carries for 40 yards. Daldy Pritchard, the Spencerville quarterback, 2 carries for 6 yards. On the Paulding side, Carson Pearl, 5 carries for 13. Fernando Garcia, 3 carries for 7. Hunter Kauser, a couple of carries for 6 yards. It's 14-8. Spencerville leading Paulding, and let's take a look at the scoreboard at halftime. Crestview leads Delphus Jefferson 28-0. Halftime, Tenora over Hicksville 13-0. Some of the other scores we'll give them to you as we have them here. Start of the second quarter, at last report, Elida leading Bath 14-7 in WBL. Late first quarter, Salina and Kenton were tied at 7. Late first half, Shawnee and Defiance were scoreless. OG early second quarter led St. Mary's 6-0. Midway through the second quarter, Van Wert leading Wapak 7-0. In the MAC, just about halftime, Parkway leading Anna 19-14. Halfway through the second, Coldwater over Fort Recovery 31-14. Halftime score in Delphus, New Bremen pitching a shutout against St. John 17-0. Second quarter score, Marion Local and Versailles tied at 7. Halftime at St. Henry, the Redskins blanking Minster 21-0. In the Northwest Conference, almost halftime there, Grove 17, Allen East 7. We told you Crestview leads Jefferson 28-0 at half. And of course this one 14-8, Spencerville leading Paulding at the half. Some other scores as we scroll down more towards the north. Patrick Henry in the second quarter leading Bryan 14-9. Halftime, Wauseon blanking Evergreen 35-0. Late second quarter, Liberty Center 36, Swanton 7. Just about halftime, Edgerton blanking Antwerp 27-0. Early in the second quarter, Fairview all over Ayersville 30-8. And again, halftime, Tenora leading Hicksville 13-0. No updates on that Wayne Trace game, but last we knew the Raiders were leading Troy Christian 20-7 after 1. Napoleon putting it to Maumee with 3 minutes to go in the first half, 42-0. Just some of the scores keeping an eye on, Sean.
Yeah, some of the thoughts as we get ready to start the second half is probably Daldy Pritchard throwing the football. He's 5 of 8 for 65 yards, and that's significant because all season he'd only attempted 8 attempts all season. He's done that in the first half of this football game and has more yards throwing in the first half than he had it all season. And then look for Paulding. They came out, tried to throw the football, went to the run, looked to try to get Adrian Manns involved in this offense a little bit. He was held catchless there in the first half and looked to try to get him involved, but you got to give Paulding defense a lot of credit between the tackles. They did a nice job of stop, and I think it's very critical here. You can't allow Spencerville to eat the clock and drive the football because you only got 4 possessions in the first half, and you might only get 4 in the second half. So you do not want to go down 2 scores when you're really limited to the possessions that these 2 running teams have been allowing each other.
Final Buzzer Scoreboard Show comes your way later tonight. Scott Truxell will have all the scores from all the games in the area, brought to you by Nico's Pizza in Van Wert. Those reports start at 10:20 tonight on WKSD. Next Friday night, we'll be at Hicksville High School for GMC football. The Aces welcome in the Wayne Trace Raiders. Our first look at both of those teams. We look forward to that. Pre-game show next Friday night as usual, 6:20 here on WKSD. Paulding getting ready to kick it off here, and it looks like Dom Carnahan has it on the tee from his own 40-yard line. Spencerville's got 3 guys back, and coming up to grab it will be Dale Smith, who brings it across the 35 to the 40 and is finally ankle tackled by Hunter Kauser at the 46-yard line. Kauser and the Panthers avoid disaster right there, because if he doesn't make that tackle, there's still more running room for the return man. That was Dale Smith, the junior for Spencerville.
There would have been only 1 man to beat, and that's the old shoelace tackle, and he just made it, and a little roll there as well. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the Spencerville 46. Going to have good field position as they start the second half.
Good ball game as well, 14-8. Bearcats with the lead. Line of scrimmage, their own 46. 1st and 10. Daldy Pritchard going to hand it straight up the middle to Gunnar Grigsby, and he'll lunge to the 49 for a gain of 3, Sean.
Yeah, on the tackle there, number 55 and number 2. So Dayton Price as well as J.B. Rickles there on the tackle. As you said, going to be a short gain. Should only be a gain of 2. Should bring up 2nd and 8 from the 47.
Gain of 2 brings up 2nd and
Actually at the 48-yard line. I was looking at the scoreboard, and it looked like they were the side judge was at the 49, but it's the 48. So it's just a 2-yard gain, as you mentioned. I was giving him 3 on that, so we'll make a correction on the stat sheet. 2nd and 8. Bearcats are going to hand it off to Dale Smith, trying to sweep to the left side, get in the corner. He's at the 50. He's in the Paulding territory and down near the Paulding 45-yard line. Host of Maroon on the stop. Clock running with 11:11 left here in Chapter 3. From the 48-yard line, he'll take it down to the 47. That's a gain of 5 right there by Dale Smith on his 2nd carry of the game.
Tackled by Hunter Kauser and Carson Pearl, as you said. They're going to bring up 3rd and about 3, I would believe.
Yep, 3rd and 3. Ball at the Panther 47-yard line. Pritchard up under center, going to hand it off. Gunnar Grigsby bulldozing ahead to a Stollmeyer Insurance Center. 1st down as he takes it down to about the 42-yard line, 41-yard line. That's a gain of 6 for Gunnar Grigsby, as he's getting close to that century mark at 92 yards unofficially on 14 carries, Sean.
Yep, brought down by Dayton Price, and now that was just the quick hit, just a dive by the fullback right up the middle for the 1st down, and that'll be the first Stollmeyer 1st down of the second half by Spencerville. And
we've played a minute in this 3rd quarter. Bearcats on the move, a little deeper into Panther territory at the Paulding 41, leading Paulding 14-8 on that Williamson Insurance scoreboard. Up under center, Daldy Pritchard, Gunnar Grigsby behind him, DJ Bowens in motion top to bottom. Grigsby, same play, a dive play down to the 39 of Paulding's going to pick up 2 right there, Sean.
Right there's Fernando Garcia. They're wrapping him up at the legs, and it's only going to be a gain of 2, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 8, as you said. 2nd and 8, we're in Paulding territories. The ball is on the 39-yard line.
You are correct, and the clock continues to run here at Keyser on homecoming night. 10:25 and counting. In Chapter 3, Leah Egner and Luke McCullough, your homecoming royalty 2020.
Had a touchdown by Trevor Speece, 8-yard run to make that score 28-7 with 2:19 left in the 2nd quarter.
Raiders getting it done down in Troy, and there's a nice little counter play. Dale Smith will take it down to the 36-yard line. Going to pick up about 3 right there on his 3rd toe to the ball game. Host of Panthers in on the stop, Sean.
Yeah, we'll give credit to Hunter Kauser. He was the first one there, as you said, a host, but he was the first one to wrap up. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. A big, again, this is 4-down territory, but the Paulding defense needs a stop here if they can get one.
Edgerton leads Antwerp 33-6 up at Edgerton halftime in the GMC. 9 minutes and 40 and counting here, and a big 3rd and 5 for the Bearcats at the Paulding 36. Need to get to the 31 for a Stollmeyer Insurance Center 1st down. Bowens in motion from bottom to top. Gunnar Grigsby straight up the middle, bulldozing his way down towards the 30. He needed 5, and he got about 6 right there, Sean. It's going to be a 1st down.
Spencerville doing something a little different. They've come out in double wing and double tight and actually running one of the wings in motion. They're just running straight ahead now.
Gunnar Grigsby, exactly 100 yards rushing now on his 16th carry of the night. 9 minutes and 18 and counting in our third. This is a Spencerville type of drive going right here, isn't
That's
it?
why I said they just decide they're committed to it. They're double tight, double wing, and just running straight ahead.
Everyone bunched in. Grigsby behind senior quarterback Daldy Pritchard, waiting on the snap from Dews. He's dropping back, looks like he wants to throw. Steps up in the pocket, but he's going to be sacked. Back around the Paulding 33-yard line. Pritchard's going to end up losing about 3 right there. And how about the Panther D?
Yeah, nice play there. I think Sam Woods was in on the play as well as Kobe Ford, and it's going to be a loss. It'll be a loss of probably about 3. Bring up second and 13 from the 33. So Spencerville had been running the ball straight ahead, tried to break tendency there and try to catch the Panthers off guard, but great play by the Paulding defense.
Sean, I think Paulding's D has been very solid in this one. 2nd down and 13 now for the Bearcats back at the Paulding 33-yard line. Bowens in motion, going to hand it off to him. He'll slip through left tackle and get ahead of steam and be dropped as he takes it inside the 30 down to the Panther 28-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 5 right there by D.J. Bowens.
Host of the Panthers on the play, including Dayton Price, and as you said, going to be a gain of 4, maybe 5, but we'll say 3rd and 9.
Third and long. Yep.
Ball on the 28, so big 3rd down play here for the Paulding Panthers. Need actually 2 because it's 4-down territory.
Yeah, we go under 8 minutes left in our third quarter. Bearcats lead Paulding 14-8 on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard. Cody Bakke, single receiver, wide to the right. Bowens in motion. They're going to fake the handoff, and Pritchard's going to roll to his right. He's got some running room, but he'll stop. He'll throw. Goki catches it at the 10. 1st down, Bearcats. Dayton Price tackled it, but not before we move the sticks again from the 28 down to the 10, Sean. That's 18 yards, according to my arithmetic. And that's another stall. Stottlemyre Insurance Center 1st down, and they're in the Flatland Supply red zone after that 18-yard completion. Goki with a nice catch, Pritchard with a nice throw.
They like to roll him out to the right, and as they coming back across and hit Goki coming back across on a drag route, it's been successful for him, but more importantly, it's going to be 1st and goal from the 10.
7:24 and counting in the third. Got a man in motion. It's Bowens. DJ gets the ball, gets out of an ankle tackle, bounces off a couple of other defenders. Is going to be dropped for a loss. Back around the 12-yard line. Good pursuit by the Panther defense once again, Sean. That's going to be a loss of yardage. Probably about 2. Going to bring up 2nd and goal from about the 12 when all is said and done.
What I've been very impressed is the pursuit of the Panther defense, and there's a prime example. You know, contact behind the line of scrimmage wasn't able to bring him down, but there were a host of Panthers right there to finish up, and it's going to be at least, I would say, Kenny, about a loss of 3 maybe. So it's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 13.
3-yard loss.
34 running.
Yeah. And it's Grigsby off of left tackle. A quick hitter there by the Bearcats. We'll see where they lay this football down. It looks like the 5-yard line. That's a gain of 8.
Big gain there. That was the 10th play of this drive, and it's going to bring up 3rd down here, 3rd and goal from the 5, so going to have to score.
17 carries, 108 yards for junior running back Gunnar Grigsby, and the Bearcats knocking on the door. 3rd and goal from the Panther 5. 2, as you like to say, Sean, 2 plays to get 5 yards.
Again, 2 to get 5.
Almost halfway through the third, closing in on that 6-minute mark. Pritchard under center, Grigsby behind him, waiting for the snap from Dews. Gets it, turns, Gunner straight up the middle and into the end zone for the touchdown. 5-yard touchdown run for Gunner Grigsby, and the Bearcats have put another 6 spot on that Williamson Insurance scoreboard halfway through Chapter 3, Sean.
What's impressive of it, you realize that's almost a 6-minute drive. It took half the quarter there on that one possession, and now going up 2 touchdowns. That makes it tough, you know, when you're taking that chunk of time off and you go down 2 scores. But 20-8, I think they'll probably go for 2 here.
20-8. Want to send birthday wishes out to Bernie Clay Miller. Say hello to John Clay Miller and Tammy Rice listening tonight. Halfway through the third, going to go for the 2. Brought to you by AgVantage Seed Center. And Pritchard can't get in. Let's take a break from Paulding. 6:04 to go in the third. The Panthers trail Spencerville 20-8. We're back in a minute on WKSD. Beck's Hybrid Scoring Drive summary coming up. That PAT that failed, brought to you by your local Beck's dealer, AgVantage Seed Center. Our thanks to them. How about the Beck's Hybrid Scoring Drive summary, Sean?
Yeah, Spencerville received the ball on their own 46-yard line, went 54 yards on 11 plays in 5 minutes and 56 seconds, and that was capped off by Gunnar Grisby's 5-yard touchdown run. The 2-point conversion failed, and that brings us to the score of 20-8 on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard.
Beck's Farmers at Heart. Bearcats have it up on the tee. Emerson Lehman, 165-pound sophomore soccer player with that left boot. We'll give it a boot here in just a moment. He will come up to the football and kick it straight on the near side of the field. It's going to be grabbed on the bounce back to the 17-yard line by Dayton Price. He's up to the 30. He's up to the 35, stumbles and falls just shy of the 40. That's a real good return, though, by Dayton Price.
Yeah, an outstanding return earlier in this football game that almost led to a Paulding score, but about one tackle away each time from taking it to the house. But it's going to bring the ball out to the Paulding 39-yard line with 5:56 to go here in the third quarter.
Wayne Trace Junior High Club Baseball Multiple Sclerosis Golf Outing. Mark your calendar for next July 17th, 2021. Call John Adams for more info. The number to call John, 419-235-4943. Check him out on Facebook, Wayne Trace Junior High Club Baseball Multiple Sclerosis Golf Outing. Join them July 17th of 2021. First and 10 Panthers from their own 39. Peyton Backman rolls to his right, now cuts it to his left. He's still in the backfield. He gets out of another tackle, trying to get up to the 40, and I'll tell you, that's some pretty good work by Peyton Beckman. He gets to the 40, he gets a yard, but that had minus yardage written all over it, Sean.
You know, on ESPN, they kind of have this thing where they draw the marker, how many yards they go and right to left, and that would have been a prime example. For all the work he did, he was able to get a gain of 1, did not take the sack, so it's going to bring 2nd and 9 from the 40-yard line for the Paulding Panthers.
Gain of 1 for Beckman. Kept it. Avoided disaster. That could have been a big negative right there for Paulding.
Old Etch-a-Sketch he used to play with.
The Etch-a-Sketch would have been really dark after that one illustration. 2nd down to 9. Going to hand the football off, and that is Hunter Kauser. He gets some forward progress, but then is slammed and driven backwards. We got a late flag coming in. That might be some unnecessary roughness right there.
Keegan Goki there from his middle linebacker position put a hit. And I think it's going to end up being a little excessive, I think, and going to bring on a penalty. But what a hit.
I mean, he made a real good stick there on Hunter Kauser, but then took it to the next level, kind of bringing him back hard to the turf the other way, and thus the flags. I mean, I like the hard play, but that's a penalty on Spencerville right there.
That's a big penalty because you realize a 2nd and 9, and that's probably going to be automatic first down. Would have brought up 3rd and 9. Instead, you're going to have the automatic first down from the penalty.
Stahl Sollermeyer Insurance Center first down.
15-yard.
Panthers could use a break, and they get one right there via the Bearcat penalty. Chris Summers won't be happy with that, Sean.
No, that's his team's 3rd penalty, but that's a big one because now we're in Spencerville territory, and all because of a face mask.
And we go under 5 minutes left here in our third quarter. Full house backfield. Peyton Beckman under center. And he's going to drop back to throw. Looking down the middle. Going to go long. Looking for Dayton Price. And he comes back to get it. Did he pull it in? If he did, it's a big gainer
big
down
catch.
down to the 19-yard line. Great throw and catch. We'll see. Down to the 19-yard line from the 46. That's 4 and 31, 35 yards on that completion. And a stall. Stollermeyer Insurance Center first down. And player down on the field, kind of slow to get up. Let's take a 60-second break. We're back after this. Paulding football, they're in the Flatland Supply red zone, trailing Spencerville 20-8. Just kidding you, right? Right? 31 yards to the 50 from the 19 plus 4. 35. Were they on this side? On this side of the 50? Then on this side. 4 and that's 39 yards then, right? 39. My bad. My bad. I'm not a math teacher either. Back at Keyser Field. Injury avoided. 4:47 to go, and some bad math by me of screwing Sean up on his stat sheets. But regardless, Flatland Supply red zone down to the 19-yard line are the Paulding Panthers knocking on the door, Sean, down by 12. They really need to finish this drive.
They do, and Peyton has all 3 receptions by the Paulding Panthers tonight for 94 yards.
We get a whistle by the officials, an official stoppage of play here for the moment. Looked like they were ready to snap the football.
Clock starts on his whistle.
Yeah, on his whistle, they'll start the clock with 4:47 to go. There's the whistle. There's the clock rolling, 4:45 and counting. 1st and 10 Panthers are going to hand the football off. And was that Hunter Kauser spinning?
That's Hunter Kauser.
Spent to the 19, no gain, maybe back to the 20. Might be a loss of 1. Believe it is a loss of 1 right there, Sean.
Yep, outside linebacker Kate Elling there on the stop, and really just wrapped him up and brought him down, made the play. So it's going to be first and, let's say, 2nd 11 from the 20, so it's still the red zone.
Halftime down at Troy. Wayne Trace leading Troy Christian 28-7. We're more than halfway through the 3rd quarter here. This game's really moving along, and the Panthers 2nd and 11 from the 20 of the Bearcats. Still in that Flatland Supply red zone, full house backfield. Beckman going to hand the ball off late, and a nice ankle tackle there by DJ Bowens. The ball carrier tackled back at the 24-yard line was Carson Pearl. He's going to end up losing about 4 right there, Sean.
It's been very difficult, and Paulding continues to try to get to the outside, but Spencerville will not have anything of it. They're able to chase him down from behind and make the plays, so it's going to be a loss. It's going to be about 3rd and 15, I believe.
Yeah, it is, and a timeout taken by Paulding. Let's take a 60-second break. Great run defense by the Bearcats. Spencerville leads Paulding 20-8. Back in a minute. Sorry about that math thing. It was 40. We're at their own 46-yard line, right?
And then the 15-yard penalty.
Or were they at their own 40? Were they at the 40?
They were at least the 40. At least the 40.
I thought it was the 46, but that's fine.
46 or 40. Yeah.
46 would be 4, and 31 is 35. It was 46. Okay, so 4 and 31 is 35. Kenny Stabler, Sean Gerber out of the Van Wert Health timeout. 3 minutes and 42 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Spencerville Bearcats leading the Paulding Panthers 20-8. And Paulding with a 3rd and 15 from the Bearcat 24. Beckman with 3 wide receivers to the bottom. Single up top. Shotgun formation. Steps back to throw. Got a man. It's caught by number 16, Braden Sanders. He's all the way down to the 10, inside the 10, at about the 9. That'd be a 15-yard pickup and real close to the 15 they need for the first down. It is, Sean. Down to the 8, 16 yards.
Kind of like the old rocket screen that just ran. They used to run to Rahib Ishmael of Notre Dame, and that's a great play call right there. And it's going to bring up another Stollmeyer first down, the 3rd one for the Paulding Panthers
down to
in the
8.
2nd half.
Now they're going to call it the 9. And it's 1st and goal, Paulding. We'll call it the 9-yard line. It is the 9. 3 minutes and 25 left in the 3rd. Panthers go 4 wide with trips to the top. And a single running back, Fernando Garcia, in pass protection. Beckman steps back up, has some running room. He'll stop, take a hit, but his forward progress with that big 6'4" frame is going to carry him down to the 6. That's going to end up being a 3-yard gain, and that's pretty good right there, Sean.
Yeah, I say just fall forward with his big frame. Heath Gaskell there with the tackle for Spencerville, I believe, but it's going to be a positive gain. He could have took the loss, so it's going to be a gain of 3. Should be a ball about on the 6-yard line. So 2nd goal from the 6.
Clock running with 2 minutes and 50 left here in Chapter 3 from Keyser Field on homecoming night. Leah Egner is your homecoming queen. Luke McCullough, your homecoming king. Panthers down a dozen. Could really use a score here late in the 3rd quarter with 2 minutes and 40 to go. Hunter Kauser, Adrian Manns wide to the right. Looking down here to the left, Dayton Price, and I believe Braden Sanders. Beckman in the gun. Garcia to his right. Stops, drops, throws. Got a man. And just shy of the goal line down to the 1. Was that Adrian Manns?
Manns.
Adrian Manns on the reception. down to the 1 yard line. That's a 5-yard pickup. 3rd and goal for the Panthers at the 1 of Spencerville. Clock running with 2 minutes and 9 left in our third. And the Panthers, 3rd and goal, a yard away from making it real interesting once again, Sean.
They've been in this situation before, but they were unable to come away with points. This time they need to, especially as we're under 2 minutes here in the third quarter and limited possessions by each team.
3 running backs behind senior quarterback Peyton Beckman. Everyone bunched in on 3rd and goal from the 1. Beckman gets the snap from Johans, hands it off into the end zone. I think it was Pearl. It's a touchdown, Paulding. 1:43 to go in the third. Fernando Garcia with the touchdown run.
It makes the score 20-14. I'm waiting to see. I think that they're going to go for 2 here. If they would be able to convert, that'd make this game real interesting.
Absolutely. Extra point brought to you by AgVantage Seed Center. AgVantage Seed Center, your local Beck's dealer. Come grow with us. 20-14, an impressive drive by the Panthers. Fernando Garcia caps it off with a 1-yard plunge. Paulding will go for 2 with Dayton Price wide to the left. Hunter Cowser wide to the right. Carson Pearl to the left of Peyton Beckman. Garcia up there in pass protection. Here's the snap. Beckman going to roll to his right, going to stop, going to look left, roll to his left, stops, throws, corner of the end zone, got a man just out of the reach of the intended receiver, Dayton Price. And let's take another break from Keyser Field. We got 1:43 left to go in the third. Spencerville's lead over Paulding is 6, 20-14 on WKSD. We welcome you back to Keyser Field, Paulding High School homecoming game in week number 3. 2-0 Spencerville, 1-1 Paulding. The Panthers trail the Bearcats by 6. With that touchdown, they get to within 6. Spencerville 20-14. And how about the Beck scoring drive summary?
Yeah, huge answer by the Paulding Panthers as they received the ball on their own 39-yard line, went 61 yards on 9 plays in 4 minutes and 21 seconds. That was capped off by the Fernando Garcia 1-yard touchdown run. The 2-point conversion to Dayton Price failed, and that'll bring the score to 20-14 Spencerville on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard.
Beck's farmers at heart. Our thanks to them for that scoring drive summary. We got a real good game here from Paulding High School in week number 3. Paulding's going to kick it off down to the Bearcats with 1:43 left in our third stanza. And Dom Carnahan, far side of the field, straight down the middle. DJ Bowens picks it up around his own 30-yard line. He bulldozes his way up to the 35. Good coverage there on special teams by the Panthers, Sean.
I think it was number 16, Braden Sanders, with an outstanding special teams play by Braden Sanders. So give the special teams credit of Paulding, and now is when the defense, we say, needs a stop. You know, give the Paulding Panthers the chance, being down 6, to tie this game or tie it up or to go ahead, you know, just to be in that position. So it's going to start with the ball on the Spencerville 34-yard line with 1:43 to go.
Left to right on your radio dial. Bearcats at their own 34. Sean mentioned 1st and 10. Pritchard going to hand it off straight up the middle. Gunnar Grigsby gets the call. He'll take it across the 35 up past the 36. Going to pick up a couple right there, and a lot of Panthers helmets to the football right there, Sean.
Yep. J.B. Rickles is a
3 yards.
J.B. Rickles was a part of that as well, and it's going to be a gain of 3, so it should bring up 2nd and 7. Ball should be out about the 37-yard line with 1:21 to go here in the third quarter.
Gunnar Grigsby, 19 carries, 116 rushing yards unofficially in this football game, as we have just about gone 3 here from the home of the Panthers. 20-14, Spencerville with a lead, and the football at their own 37. 2nd down 7. Senior quarterback Daldy Pritchard.
Clock.
Yep, that play clock is down to 7 and counting. Bowens in motion, going to hand it off to Grigsby. Gunnar, after first contact, moves forward and has a stall. Stoller-Meyer Insurance Center first down up to the 45-yard line. That's a gain of 8 on 2nd and 7, Sean.
Yeah, Spencerville choosing to go to double tight or double wing and run one of the wings in motion. And actually also they're choosing to run the play clock down to almost 0 before they make or snap the football.
We are down to 47 seconds left here in the third quarter. Play clock starts now. 20-14 Bearcats. Fresh set of downs courtesy of the Stahl Stollmeyer Insurance Center. And Spencerville has the football at their own 45-yard line. Single receiver up top is Cody Bakke. Got DJ Bowens kind of split out to the right a little bit, but now he's in tight. They're going to hand that football straight up the middle to Dale Smith. He gets out of an ankle tackle, but he's going to have another Stahl Stollmeyer Insurance Center first down to the Paulding 40. It's going to be a 15-yard gain by Dale Smith, Sean.
Yeah, kind of using multi-formations, kind of back to the wing T formation there, and a quick hit when the first time we've seen him really get some yardage right through the tackles, but it's going to move the chains, be the the fourth Stahl Stollmeyer first down of the second half, and it's going to get the ball in Paulding territory. And that could be the last play of the quarter.
It's going to be. We played 3 from Keyser Field on homecoming night. We got a good one in the Northwest Conference. We'll head to the fourth with the Bearcats leading the Panthers. Spencerville 20, Paulding 14. Back in a minute on WKSD. Kenny Stabler and Sean Gerber back at Keyser Field, Paulding High School. 12 minutes of football left. The Bearcats lead the Panthers on Paulding's homecoming night 20-14, and a 1st and 10 Spencerville from the Panther 40, Sean, as we begin our fourth stanza.
Just real quick here, last update I have is Edgerton defeating Antwerp 41-6.
And the ball is loose on the ground on the snap. We got a fumble, and we'll see. The Bearcats kind of act like they've recovered. And I believe they did recover. Hands of Eli Harder avoiding disaster, avoiding the turnover. But the beanbag was down, Sean.
Hey, Eli Harder, though, was quick to get on that. And you could hear all the Paulding sidelines getting real excited. But it's going to still be a gain of 2 after all of that. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8 with the ball on the 38-yard line of Paulding.
Yeah, we're going to give Pritchard the 2-yard gain right there for the Bearcats. 2nd down and 8. From the Panther 38-yard line. Pritchard comes up under center. Single wide out to the left is Cody Bakke, and they're going to hand it off to Gunnar Grigsby, and he'll rumble down inside the Paulding 35. Stopped about 34. He's going to pick up 3 or 4 yards. Might have only gotten to the 35. If that's the case, he gets 3, and that's the case, Sean.
Yeah, a host of Panthers, including Hunter Kauser there on the tackle. But as you said, it's going to be a gain of 3. Going to bring up 3rd and 5 with the ball spotted on the Paulding 35. And just that quickly, the time just goes off the clock.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a big thing here in the fourth quarter in this running game of the Spencerville. And Spencerville's choosing to let that play clock, which we can watch on the ends here at Paulding, go right down to about 1 before they snap it.
21 carries, 127 yards for junior running back Gunnar Grigsby. Got a single wide out to the top. That's Ethan Smith, the 135-pound junior. Backs are all in. Pritchard's going to hand it off, and a nice tackle right at the line of scrimmage. The ball carrier right there that time was Cody Bakke.
What a play by Fernando Garcia once again there from his nose guard position to make that play, and it's going to bring no gain. It's going to bring 4th and 5 from the 35. So big 4th down here. Give the Paulding a huge here. This is probably here in the second half, this is probably the biggest play of this game.
Paulding really needs to stop here because, Spencerville just gets the 5 they need for a first down or a little bit more than that. They're going to grind this clock a little more.
And if they, as I said, go up 2 scores, and
that's going to be tough.
That's going to be tough. That's why they got to keep this as a big down right here.
20-14 on 4th and 5. Pritchard rolls to his left. He's being pursued. He stops. He throws, and it's intercepted at the 24-yard line. Was that Dayton Price? Dayton Price with a pick. Pritchard is intercepted, and Paulding gets the stop and the turnover. Dayton Price at the 24-yard line. Do we have a penalty marker down?
I think it's the bag that marks
It is. It's the bean bag, which is
bag that
orange.
marks, okay. So I think what a play there by Dayton Price. He actually did a great job of boxing out. He got in front, boxed out, went up and caught the ball, made the play. Now Paulding is back in business. The ball should be spotted probably close to the 24-yard line, so it should be 1st and 10. 10 minutes to go, so plenty of time. And for the first time in this game, Paulding's going to have a chance to tie or take the lead.
How about the play of Dayton Price tonight in this one? He came back and made a real nice catch. He scored on that halfback pass of the touchdown, and there's an interception. Beckman, 1st and 10 from zone 24, throwing long, looking for Adrian Mann's double coverage. It's caught in double coverage down at the inside the Bearcat 40 at the 35.
What a play there by Adrian Mann.
41 yards.
Huge
41
play.
yards
Went up to make the play.
And a Stollmeyer Insurance Center first down for Paulding. Beckman threw the home run ball. Adrian Manns, who had such a good game last week, makes a big play right there. And the Panthers, with 10:01 to go, are in Bearcat territory, down by 6.
Didn't want to talk over you, but I got excited there, Kenny. There was so much. That was a great play and a great catch. And it was able to keep his feet in bounds. So here we go, 1st and 10 from the 35.
Panthers with 4 wide receivers, trip to the top. Manns is a single down low. Beckman looks left, steps up in the pocket. Things start to break down, and he's going to be in the grass, brought down right around the Bearcat 38. He's going to end up losing about 3 yards right there. But that was a nice play defensively for the Bearcats right there.
Yeah, number 64, Dustin Boyer, and Heath Gaskell, number 65, both just had him in the bear hug. They had him in the grass with the bear hug. Going to be a loss of 2.
Yep.
So bring up 2nd and 12. But give Peyton Beckman credit. He didn't make a bad decision. He kept the hell of the football.
Didn't panic.
Bring up 2nd and 12 for the Paulding Panthers.
Panther fans making some noise right below us. We close in on the 9-minute mark of the football game. Spencerville 20, Paulding 14. Panthers 2nd and 12 from the Spencerville 37. Beckman in the gun. Going to hand that football off to Fernando Garcia. Do we get a timeout before the snap?
I think so.
Bearcat timeout?
Yep, by Chris Summers.
Yeah, we'll keep it right here. Timeout brought to you by Van Wert Health. Our thanks to them. They've been our halftime sponsor all season long. We really appreciate them. We got 9 minutes left exactly. The walk-in clinic at Van Wert Health North is open to care for you and your family. No appointment needed. Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the Town Center Boulevard. That is Van Wert Health. So here we go. 9 minutes left. Out of this Van Wert Health timeout, Paulding will be looking at 2nd and 12 from the Spencerville 37. Bearcats lead 20-14. They led 6-0 after 1, 14-8 at half. 20-14 was their lead at the end of 3, and that's where we're at right now with 9 minutes to go, Sean.
Dayton Price having a big game. He has 86 yards receiving, a couple big kickoff returns.
Interception on the
many tackles, and then that big interception. So having just a great all-around game for the Paulding Panthers. Chris Summers seeing something he didn't like. He called timeout wisely in this situation, understanding how critical this is. The ball is 2nd and 12 on the 37-yard line of Spencerville. So this game's been fun.
It's been real
fun to call and watch. Seeing a lot of adjustments by both teams and a lot of changes. Paulding now going spread once again, going, basically twins to both sides, Kenny.
Yep. 4 wide. Fernando Garcia is the lone running back to the right of senior quarterback Peyton Beckman, who waits for the snap from Nolan Johan, senior center throw. And the pass on the near side intended for Sanders, incomplete, down at the 30. It was catchable, but he just couldn't quite reel it in right there. And it'll be 3rd down and 12 for Paulding right there.
Yeah, just a combination route. He ran the curl at the inside and just wasn't able to make the completion. So bring up 3rd and 12, as you said, from the 37. So 4-down territory.
Yeah, for sure. 8:56 to go on the ball game. Spencerville 20, Paulding 14 on the Williamson Insurance Scoreboard. 6-point ball game. Paulding trying to march in for the game-tying 6 on this drive down to the Bearcat 37. 3rd and 12. Need to get to the 25 for that Stollmeyer Insurance Center first down. Adrian Manns, Hunter Kauser wide to the left. You've got Dayton Price wide to the right down here. And things breaking down for Beckman in the pocket. He gets hit at the 40 and got a penalty marker on the far side of the field. Hit at the 40, that'd be a 3-yard loss, but we'll see what the penalty's all about here, Sean. It's going to be a hold on Paulding.
We had a tackle there by Brandon Dews as well as Isaiah Pugh and on the tackle, but we'll have to wait and see if they decide to take this or decline. I think
Spencerville might decline it with 3rd and 12. I agree.
Take the 4th down, but look at this. They're going to take the penalty, I think.
Yeah, they're good. They're going to. They're motioning that way, so they'll march off the yardage against the Panthers. That'll bring them all the way back to the 49. So that's a 12-yard loss. 3rd down and 24.
Surprised by that. I really am.
3rd and 24 from the 49-yard line. Need to get to that 25 for the Stollmeyer Insurance Center. 1st down. 8:49. So Paulding still got 2 cracks at it. It's got more green to pick up here, Sean.
Yeah, so a 4th and 12 that would have been. Now it's like a 3rd and 24, and the ball's still it'll be a spot on the 49. So Spencerville electing to push him back here, and so he's going to give him, like you said, 2 downs to gain 24 yards.
8:49 to go. They'll snap it from just inside midfield. 4 wide receivers. Yep, trips to the top. Single down low. Adrian Mance. Beckman drops back. Steps up in the pocket. Stops. Throws down the middle, and it's knocked away. The intended receiver, I believe, was Sanders down the middle, or maybe Kauser. And down around the 25-yard line.
It's Kauser.
It was Hunter Kauser, yeah, number 10. Hard to tell with those dark numbers on the dark. It's Hunter Kauser for sure. And now, incomplete. And now Paulding will have to punt it away on 4th and 24 from midfield.
Great decision here. Your defense held. You got to try to use the field position here. But give Spencerville credit. Only rushed forward and was able to get pressure, collapse the pocket, and forced Peyton Beckman to step up and have to get rid of it.
Well, and by taking that previous penalty, that put pressure on Paulding because it made the down and distance very difficult there. Hunter Kauser will punt from inside his own 40-yard line. Bearcats, and now they're going to fake it. They're throwing long. Kauser looking for Dayton Price, and it's out of bounds. So they tried to go for it there on 4th down and throw the pass, catching the Bearcats off guard, incomplete. So Spencerville will take over on downs from their own 49-yard line. So a big risk right there, Sean, but they couldn't cash in.
It worked earlier. You know, we always call it the trickery, and you have to take some chances there, and you give them credit. It just was the ball was thrown to the outside, and now Spencerville is going to have the ball on the 49-yard line, so now it's going to really put some pressure on the defense. I need a stop here.
Have to have the stop. As you know, Spencerville, what their plan is here, they're going to buckle down and try to work on this clock.
We always
up by 6.
Talk about that ground and pound. They're going to see it right here.
They're going to hand the football off. Gunnar Grigsby, not a whole lot right there. He does get across the 50 to the Panther 49. Going to pick up a couple right there on 1st and 10.
Yeah, host of Panthers there on the tackle. Number 58, Kobe Ford being one of them. It's going to be a gain of maybe 1, 2, however you want to decide there. Can it gain a 2? So we'll say 2nd and 8 from the 49.
22 carries, 129 yards, leading ground gainer for Spencerville, junior running back Gunnar Grigsby. We close in on the 8-minute mark of our football game. Panthers of Paulding on homecoming night, trailing Spencerville 20-14 here in week number 3, Northwest Conference play. Bearcats 2-0, Paulding 1-1. And Spencerville will let that play clock melt down. We're to inside 10 now, and they're going to hand the football off to Grigsby straight up the middle. He'll rumble his way down to the 47. Going to pick up 2 more, Sean, on 2nd and 8.
Yeah, again, a host of Panthers there on the tackle. Number 2, Dayton Price was one of the first ones there, so it's going to bring up about 3rd and what, you want to say 7, K? 3rd and 6?
Long 6.
Well, 3rd and 6. So
yep, 3rd and 6.
Give this defense credit. They've made
absolutely.
It's not been easy for Spencerville here in the second half.
From the 47-yard line of Paulding, Spencerville needs to get down to the 41 for a fresh set of downs. The game clock down to 7 minutes and 20 seconds left. 20-14, Bearcats by 6 on the road, and a big 3rd down and 6 from the Panther 47. Pritchard, inside handoff to DJ Bowens, and he's tripped up. Great defense there by the Panthers. Fernando Garcia with a big hit right there for a no-gainer.
Fernando stepped up and has played big in this football game. And now if you're Chris Summers, it's interesting. It's
I think you got a punt.
6. It looks like he's going to choose to punt.
Yeah, pin him, right?
A 3 and out by the Paulding defense.
They needed it, and they got it,
They've
Sean.
done it 2 consecutive plays. The possession before, Dayton Price with the interception. Here a 3 and out, so the Paulding defense stepping up.
Almost halfway through this 4th and final quarter, Spencerville's Daldy Pritchard back to punt from his own 41-yard line. Gets the snap right at his waist. He'll give it a nice end-over-end boot. It's going to take a Spencerville bounce. Paulding will not return. It's going to roll inside the 10 and die at about the 8 or 9-yard line. And Paulding's going to have a long football field in front of them, but they've got the football opportunity again, down by 6 with 6:26 left in the ball game. Bearcats 20, Panthers 14 on that Williamson Insurance scoreboard. Tenora shutting out Hicksville 20-0 at the end of 3 in the GMC. Anything new on that Wayne Trace game?
Yeah, just had an update. Trevor Spieth 17-yard touchdown pass to Gabe Sutton to make the score 34-7. I also, the last I'd had on the Antwerp-Edgerton game, Edgerton leading 47-6. And we thank Jason Landers and others that are sending us in the scores.
Van Wert shutting out Wapak 34-0. Beckman the other direction, going to hand the football off. Still on his feet, chugging forward is the ball carrier, and he comes out of the pack all the way to the 15-yard line. Trying to see who that was.
22.
Pearl, the ball carrier, takes it from the 9, Carson Pearl, all the way up to, where are they going to put that down? At the 15, 14?
Gain of 5.
5-yard
second
gain.
and 5. The ball now to the 14-yard line, but he was so close. If he could have kept his balance, he had a lot of green in front of him. A lot of green.
Under 6 minutes left in the game. 2nd and 5, Paulding from their own 14. The line of gain for that Stollmeyer first down is the 19. Beckman, full house backfield, turns, hands it off straight up the middle. Nice carry up to the 20. They've got that Stollmeyer Insurance Center first down.
Fernando.
And it was Fernando Garcia picking up 6.
Fernando Garcia, more importantly, it was the yardage necessary for a new set of downs.
Got
So it's going to be 1st and 10. Now ball should be out by the 20-yard line. So a nice job by Fernando Garcia running between the tackles.
Needed 5, got 6. Clock running with 5 minutes and 32 left in the ball game. Spencerville 20, Paulding 14. It's a good ball game.
Yeah, another Stollmeyer first down. Paulding with 5 first downs, only having 2 in the first half, 5 here in the second half.
Beckman comes up under center. Nolan Johans will snap it to him, and they're going to hand straight up the middle there. Not a lot. I believe it was Pearl, and basically a no gain right there.
Looked like Spencerville kind of shooting the gas, bringing a little bit
maybe
of pressure
a yard.
there.
Maybe a yard.
Nice play there by number 54, Isaiah Pugh there for Spencerville from his defensive tackle position. So it's going to be a gain of 1. We'll say 2nd 9 from the Panther 21.
Under 5 minutes left in the football game. Clock running with 4 minutes and 54. Paulding offensive line up to the football. 2nd and 9 from their own 21. Need to get to the 30 for that Stollmeyer Insurance Center first down. Full house backfield. Beckman pitches it back. They want to throw. Hunter Kauser going to throw across the middle. Incomplete. Intended receiver was Adrian Mans. Coverage there by Ethan Smith for the Bearcats. That'll stop the clock with the incompletion at 4:38 to go. And Paulding now looking at 3rd and 9, need to get to the 30. The ball's at their own 21.
Yeah, Spencerville didn't bite on that and was kept great coverage. There really wasn't anything there, and he kind of just threw it away, threw it at his feet. So great decision there by Hunter Kauser. Going to bring up 3rd and 9, as you said. And the clock's now going to start playing a role as we're under 5 minutes at 4:38 left here in the 4th quarter. And you got to think, what do you do if you don't complete? Do you punt it away and try again, or you got to go 4-down territory where you have the ball here? I mean, that's a tough decision.
I don't know if you can risk turning it over to Spencerville. Here we go. 3 wide receivers. Beckman back to throw. Needs to get to the 30. He'll step up. He's looking long. He's being chased, and he's going to take a hit back at the 20. He didn't want to throw the pick, and he's dropped back at the 20. It's a 1-yard loss, a sack. The clock runs. Actually stopped with 4:26 to go.
Yeah, I think
a 1-yard loss.
Heath Gaskell there with the tackle. He had a receiver right down the middle quickly, and he missed him, and then continued to look, and there was nothing left downfield. Took the sack. So I'm waiting to see what Paulding decides to do here. 4th and 11 from the 19.
Yeah, it's a 2-yard loss actually.
4th and 11 from the 19. It looks like they're going.
They're going to go
roll
for
the dice.
They just don't want, they figure that maybe they're not going to get it back if they give it to Spencerville. Fernando Garcia to the right, trip receivers up top. From their own 19, they need 11, need to get up to the 30. We're going to get a timeout taken by Spencerville. Let's take a quick break. We're back in 60 seconds with a big 4th down play for the Panthers, down 6. Kenny Stabler and Sean Gerber back at Keyser Field on homecoming night in week number 3 of the high school football season. We got a good one here in the Northwest Conference. It's Spencerville 20, Paulding 14 on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard, and the Panthers are facing 4th and 11 from their own 19.
Yeah, we've had a little bit of everything in this game, Kenny. And this one, I think it needs to come down to this. I mean, that's what it's been. Teams, each coach gambling on 4th down, trick plays and everything. So here it goes, 4th and 11 from the 19, 3:52, and we're talking about Paulding's 19.
Yep. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the top. Beckman has time in the pocket. Things start to break down. He'll run. He'll step up. He'll throw. Far side of the field, got a man open and just overshoots him slightly at the 46-yard line.
Holding.
And we got a penalty marker.
It's going to be
back
declined.
at the line of scrimmage.
It's holding
on the Panthers probably on 4th and 11. With 3:44 to go, if you're Chris Summers, you decline this and take the football at the 19-yard line. Correct?
Yeah, I would surely think so. And you're going to get the ball on the Paulding 19.
Yeah.
So
we're
not talking,
Yeah, that's exactly what they're
19,
doing.
Paulding 19.
Correct. So now Spencerville's in the red zone, the Flatland Supply red zone, as they take over on downs. 1st and 10 from the Paulding 19. Bearcats lead 20-14 on that Williamson Insurance scoreboard. And Sean, your ground and pound is going to come into play right here for the Bearcats.
And it is, because Paulding's going to have to get some stops, and they're going to have to use their timeouts to try to get the ball back one last time before the end of the game. But even if you get it back, you're still going to have a long distance to go if you're going to look to score.
Daldy Pritchard with Grigsby behind him and Smith behind him, going to give it to Gunnar Grigsby, and he rumbles his way down near the 10-yard line. Good run there by Gunnar Grigsby, and the clock running with 3:34 to go here in the ball game, and a nice gain there on 1st down by Grigsby.
Yeah, brought down by J.B. Rickles and Dayton Price, but as you said, a healthy gain there. It's going to be a gain of 6, so bring up 2nd and 4 with the ball on the 13-yard line.
137 yards rushing on 24 carries for Gunnar Grigsby. Wayne Trace stretches their lead out to 41-7 down at Troy Christian with 2:28 left in the third. 3:09 left here. 2nd down and 4 from the Panther 13 for Spencerville. Pritchard going to hand it off to Grigsby. We get a penalty marker, or we do on the far side of the field.
False start
on the offense. That'll back Spencerville up 5. Make it 2nd and 9 from the 18 with 3:03 left in the ball game.
Can't please Coach Summers there, because he's going to stop the clock and move it back 5.
Oh, no. Yeah, you're right.
You're looking at 2nd and 4. Now you're going to be at 2nd and 9, as you said. So you can't have those false starts like that.
You had momentum along with the melding of the clock. They'll wind it here at Keyser. We're going to go under 3 minutes left. Oh, they're going to put 3:03 on the clock here. I could hear from one of the coaching sides here, I think, trying to relay it up here in the box. We'll get the official word here in a moment.
They've done a nice job officiating this game.
They have.
Very few penalties. And when there have been a penalty, we haven't had this big discussion over where to put the football. It's been a really well-played game.
Yeah.
I mean, it has. It's been an enjoyable
well-played and
game
well-officiated,
to watch, well-officiated. We sometimes can be very critical at times, but this has been a very enjoyable game to watch. And the other thing is, Paulding with the addition of the play clocks. That's something we really enjoy when we're at games, that we can look down at the play clock, and it's just another addition here to Keyser Field, and that you're able to enjoy.
2nd down and 4 from the 18. They're going to hand it off to Gunnar Grigsby. He pushes the pile forward down near the 10-yard line. It's a pretty healthy gain right there, and he's close to another Stollmeyer Insurance Center 1st down. From the 18 down to the 9, it's a 9-yard gain, and a timeout taken by Paulding, brought to you by Van Wert Health. We'll keep it right here.
Yeah, they got to stop the clock. They can't allow the clock to run and being limited here, especially as they're inside, as you said,
8-yard gain.
The red zone here inside the 20. So it's going to be 3rd and 4 from the 11. No, excuse me, 3rd and 1 from the 11. 3rd and 1 from the 11.
Looks like the 10, but I can't. Yeah, you're right. Is it the 10 or the 11? Looks like the 10-yard line. It is the 10. So an 8-yard pickup on that last carry by Gunnar Grigsby. Sean, 25 carries, 145 yards. He's their hammer.
And what he does, you said, as a hammer, he always falls forward. And that's the thing. It doesn't look like it. People wrap him up and things, but he still gets those extra 2-3 yards each time because he runs so hard.
Yeah.
And that's deceiving when you look at his carries. But, a 3 or 4 yard gain because of his momentum, it always ends up to be like 6 or 7.
Gunnar Grigsby making a strong bid for our Northwest Ohio Welch Trophy Player of the Game award. A 42-yard touchdown run, a 5-yard touchdown run, 145 yards rushing. He's been the workhorse. On the Paulding side, boy, Dayton Price, what a game he's had tonight.
I think he was part of the homecoming court of tonight, and I think he's
big night
had
for
a
the
big
senior.
night overall, just in all parts or aspects of the game, offensively, defensively, and special teams.
Here we go, out of the Van Wert Health timeout, a 3rd and 1 for the Bearcats from the 10. Gunnar Grigsby gets the call again, and he rumbles down towards the 6, towards the 5. Stollmeyer Insurance Center, 1st down, 1st and goal Bearcats. He takes it to the 5. It's a 5-yard pickup, Sean.
Yeah, host of Panthers again on the tackle there, J.B. Rickles as well. But as you said, more importantly, got the Stollmeyer 1st down. It's going to be 1st and goal, I think, from the 5, Kenny.
Clock running with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the football game. Play clock at 23. You know Spencerville's going to take it down as long as they can. And then, of course, obviously, the ultimate goal is to punch it in here for 6 more. We'll see what happens. Pritchard comes up under center, 2 running backs behind him. He'll look things over. Play clock down to 9 with 2:24 on the game clock. Taking his time. Daldy, play clock at 5, comes up under Dews, turns, hands it off to Grigsby. Gunnar trying to get into the end zone. He's close, but he's not there. Down to the 1. Or maybe 2. He gained 3 or 4 right there. We'll see where they lay it down. And a timeout taken by Paulding. Let's take one as well. We're back in 60 seconds on WKSD. Out of that Van Wert Health timeout, we welcome you back to Keyser Field. 2nd down and goal for the Bearcats from the Paulding 3. Senior quarterback Daldy Pritchard going to roll to his right. We're going to try to run it in himself. A little bootleg action, and it is a touchdown for the Bearcats at the 2:06 mark, Sean.
Seen that play earlier, and it was successful. Came right back to it where he fakes the dive and ends up calling a little bootleg and went untouched into the end zone from 3 yards out.
Daldy Pritchard, a 3-yard quarterback keeper run. And Spencerville has stretched it out to 26-14 now on that Williamson Insurance scoreboard. AgVantage Seed Center, your local Beck's dealer, sponsoring our extra point attempt here. And looks like they're maybe going to go for 2 to get it up to 14.
12, I believe they're going to go for 2
They
here.
will go for the 2 here.
Try to make it a 14-point game, 2 touchdowns.
Again, extra point brought to you by AgVantage Seed Center, your local Beck's dealer. Come grow with us.
Chris Summers called a timeout. He let the play clock go down. Going to talk this 2-point conversion over with 2:06 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Going to keep it right here. Reminder, week 4 of the high school football season. Next Friday night, we come to you from the home of the Hicksville Aces. Hicksville welcomes in the Wayne Trace Raiders in Green Meadows Conference football. Our first look at the Aces, our first look at the Raiders. Sean and I will come your way with the Lee Kinsel GM Sales and Service pregame show at 6:20 next Friday night right here on WKSD Classic Hits Radio 99.7 Sports. 2:06 left in this one in the Northwest Conference. It's been a battle tonight. Spencerville up 26-14. Paulding putting up a big fight tonight, I thought.
It's going to be a 2-touchdown game. It's no indication. I know there's still plenty of time left, but, Paulding, if you just tuned in, Paulding went for it on 4th down on their own 19-yard line and was unable to convert just because they felt at the time, at the decision at the time that they wouldn't maybe not get the ball back, so they went for it, was unsuccessful. So this last drive was only a 19-yard drive.
Bearcats come out. They'll go for that PAT attempt here. 2:06 left. It's 26-14 on that Williamson Insurance scoreboard. A reminder, final buzzer scoreboard show a little bit later on at 10:20 with the first report. Scott Trucks will have all the scores from all the games brought to you by Nico's Pizza. Pritchard going to hand it off to Grigsby, trying to run it in for the 2, and the Panthers say no. They stand him up, so the PAT run fails. But this touchdown makes it a 12-point advantage, 26-14 Bearcats, Sean.
Yeah, Paulding Panthers did an outstanding job. I was trying to look to see number 63, Brendan Hornish, with a nice play there and stopped Gunnar Grisby from the 2-point conversion. So that scoring drive, Kennedy, 19 yards out, 5 plays, 1 minute and 38 seconds. The 3-yard touchdown run by Daldy Pritchard, the 2-point conversion failed, and that brings the score to 26-14 on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard.
Thank you very much, Sean. Scoring drive summary brought to you by Beck's Farmers at Heart. Again next week, Wayne Trace at Hicksville, our broadcast game in week number 4. Now, it's going to be really interesting to see what the Northwest Conference brackets look like for the next 3 weeks. Of course, these first 3 weeks depends on the results to where you're put on the brackets. But a league tournament the next 3 weeks before the playoffs start in Ohio. It's going to be a very, very interesting tournament. Northwest Conference will crown a champion.
Yeah, and a lone champion, and that's what's interesting. We've seen so many times it's been shared. This year it will not with that tournament format. And maybe we'll have an opportunity as this game is completed to take a look at some of the other scores, and we might have some idea of what some of the first-round matchups could be. But right here, Paulding, Spencerville's going to kick. Paulding needs a great return and then hopefully score quickly, an onside kick. And I know that's a lot of hope there, but there's still 2 minutes and 6 seconds on this clock.
Edgerton defeats Antwerp 47-13 after 3. Wayne Trace leads Troy Christian 41-7. 2:06 to go here. Bearcats put it up on the tee, and it will be Emerson Lehman giving it the old left-footed boot from his own 40. Panthers got their usuals back there. Dayton Price, one of them. Squib kick, grabbed at the 22-yard line by Dayton Price. Gets to the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Dayton Price getting a downfield block on the kicker. He's down to the 20. He's down to the 10, and it is a touchdown from the 22-yard line. That's a 78-yard kickoff return. 78-yard kickoff return for Dayton Price, and hold everything. 26-20 Bearcats, Sean.
I see no flags on the field, so that's going to stay. Make it 26-20. Gotta believe, and we just talked about that. You have to have a little bit of hope, and if they can get this 2-point conversion to make it 26-22, and then an onside kick, this get real interesting.
1:52 left in the game. Dayton Price scooped it from his own 22 and takes it the distance. That's 78 yards, and the Panthers are within 6, and they'll go for 2. Brought to you by AgVantage Seed Center, your local Beck's dealer. Come grow with us. Panthers in the huddle, going to go for the 2 spot here. 26-20. What a ball game here in week number 3 on homecoming night for Paulding. Carson Pearl, Hunter Cowser, Fernando Garcia, all behind senior quarterback Peyton Beckman. Dayton Price wide to the right. He's done a little bit of everything tonight. Beckman back to throw. Looking down the middle. Got Price. Oh, it's right off his number 2. I jinxed him right there when I said, what hasn't he done tonight? He just couldn't quite squeeze that one. Beckman put it on the money, but Dayton couldn't reel it in. But that makes it 26-20. PAT kick. The 2-pointer no good there, but it's 26-20 now. Bearcat lead at 6 with 1:52 to go, Sean.
The 2-point conversion they've been doing that quick slant, but instead this time they waited and let him clear the linebacker and try to hit him in the back.
Great route.
Yeah, in the back of the end zone. It just went off his hands. And why that was critical is because it would have made a 4-point game. If Paulding does get the onside kick and would happen to score, they're going to have to succeed on either an extra point or 2-point conversion to win. But what a game, Kenny. Right there, the very easy scoring drive. Dayton Price received the ball on the 22-yard line, returned it 78 yards, and we'll just say 14 seconds. Did it in 14 seconds changed the complexion of this football game. The 2-point conversion failed and brings the score on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard 26-20, and you got to believe Spencerville has their all-hands team out there, Kenny.
Beck's Farmers at Heart. 1:52 left in the football game. Spencerville Bearcats trying to get out of town with their 3rd win in 3 weeks, but Paulding has made it a real battle for them. It's 26-20. Bearcat lead at 6. Paulding going to kick the football away here.
Yeah, you see Daldy Pritchard. You see all the hands team right there on that front line. So we'll see what the Paulding Panthers are able to do here. If they can get that onside kick, it's really going to get interesting.
And it looks like Dominic Carnahan putting it on the tee for the Paulding Panthers from his own 40. I would say onside kick all the way here, right?
I think you
Gotta be.
I think go straight ahead.
You think so?
Just the way they bunch up, just go straight ahead.
With the onside kick.
Yeah, with the onside kick.
Okay.
I'm just saying that's what I'm. It looks like they're going to spread it and go onside kick to the Spencerville sideline.
Here we go. From their own 40, Spencerville's got the hands team at midfield with 1:52 to go. Bearcats up 26-20. Here comes the kick. It is a low squib that'll take a little bit of a hop, and it's hopped on by the Bearcats. Pouncing on that over on the far side of the field, I believe, was Dale Smith at his own 42-yard line. And Spencerville recovers.
Yeah,
minute 52 to go, and Paulding's out of timeout.
A little
right?
too hard and didn't get the hop. That's always
Didn't
the
get
key.
the big hop.
Yeah, you got to
that one that goes helmet high.
Yeah, you get it's a little too deep, and you just want to kick, and you want that big hop, and it just didn't get that situation to occur. So Spencerville's out of the ball about the 41-yard
42-yard line. 41 it says on the scoreboard. We'll go with 41. First and 10 from their own 41. Full house backfield. Daldy Pritchard going to hand it off straight up the middle. I believe that's Gunnar Grigsby. And a short gain and a host of maroon in on the stop. Gunnar Grigsby, he's had quite a day at the office. That was his 28th carry of the football game. He picks up 2 right there. Unofficially, we've got him for 154 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. Big part of this Spencerville lead.
Yeah, a host of Panthers on the tackle, including Fernando Garcia. Going to be a gain of 2, so bring up 2nd and 8 from the 43-yard line.
Game clock at 1:24, play clock at 19, 26-20, Bearcats on that Williamson Insurance scoreboard on homecoming night at Paulding. Leah Egner, the homecoming queen. Luke McCullough, your homecoming king. Single wide out for the Bearcats is Cody Bakke. They're going to turn, hand that ball off. It's Dale Smith straight up the middle, I believe, for the Bearcats as he takes it across the 45 up to the 47 for a gain of 4.
Not much Paulding can do at this point, and the clock's now under a minute. Going to bring about, what, you think, 3rd and 4, Kenny?
Yeah, 3rd and 4, Sean, it looks like. Line of scrimmage is the 47-yard line. Spencerville's own 47, 3rd and 4. Game clock at 45, play clock at 23 on 3rd and 4.
I think Paulding's out of timeouts.
They are.
Really nothing they can do at this point. Just let the clock run.
And Spencerville knows that.
More play.
Yep, play clock is down to 10 seconds with 31 on the game clock. Pritchard comes up under center. Victory formation for the Cats. And they'll take a knee back at the 45. And a hit there, no flag.
Yeah, there's flag.
Oh, there is a flag. Late flag comes out. Pritchard took the knee, and he took a little bump from somebody on the Panther side. That'll stop the game clock with 20.6.
The thing is, one of the Spencerville Bearcats kicked one of the Panthers.
Yeah, so maybe we'll have offsetting here, perhaps.
Perhaps, or it could be on Spencerville because he actually kicked one of the Panthers. So we'll have to wait and see what the official ruling is on this call.
We will see how it shakes out here. 20 seconds left, and Spencerville leading Paulding 26-20 on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard. And that's going to be on the Bearcats, isn't it?
Yeah, one of the Bearcats after the play kind of kicked one of the Panthers right in front of the official, and he threw his flag right now.
That was a flag. Evidently, he didn't like the bump, and he did something, and they called the penalty on the Bearcats. 20.6 seconds left. 3rd and a bunch now, Sean, after a 15, 3rd and 19 probably. Yeah, 3rd and 19. Down back to the 32-yard line.
Go a little further.
No,
possibly.
back further than that.
Yeah. Chris Summers is not happy.
He's not happy with his young guys right there. They run a tight ship over there. And really, wouldn't that be 4th down?
It would be 4th down. That's what makes this really interesting.
Yes, sir. 20 seconds left, and the Bearcats backed up. Now they're going to have to punt the football away. Correct?
Correct. That's what made this real interesting. It was after the play.
Coach Summers really, really unhappy with that because that is just not what you want. You've got things at hand where you can really put the game in the freezer and forget about it. Time is on your side. Paulding with no timeouts.
I should clarify this. 4th and about 21.
Yep.
Ball on the Spencerville 30. 4th and 21 with 20.6 seconds. So
they got to run a play.
Yeah, they got to punt it.
They're going to have to punt it away. And the Panthers need a little magic here with 20.6 seconds left. Does Spencerville have any timeouts left? No. Nobody has any timeouts left. Play clock has not started yet. No signal from the officials to start it. And Spencerville's getting personnel out on the field. Maybe Spencerville, a clean snap here you run around with, but
No.
you can't do that because then Paulding will get the ball where it's down.
Yeah,
They got to kick it.
They got to kick it. This is going to get interesting.
Yeah, Pritchard inside his own 20-yard line and his own 19. Needs a clean snap, gets a clean snap, and penalty marker.
False start.
False start. That's going to back him up 5 more, Sean. 19.4 seconds left. Spencerville's got to have a clean snap, a clean catch, and a clean kick. Paulding needs to return it for a touchdown.
I don't know when I've seen a team go to the victory formation like they did and then have to turn around and punt it.
Yeah.
That was the only situation that probably could happen to give Paulding an opportunity.
Their only chance.
It was only chance.
Yeah, you're right. 4th and 21. Actually, it's 4th and 26 from the 25, right?
Correct. And you got to get to the
4th and 26 from the 25. 19 seconds left. Daldy Pritchard will punt from his own 14-yard line. He needs a good snap. He's got to squeeze the pigskin and give it a good boot here. Panthers maybe could block the kick.
They could, and Dalton Price once again could pull the magic.
19.4 seconds left. Now they put 20.6 on the clock. Now they're going to start the play clock. Pritchard has plenty of time on the play clock. Here's the snap. He catches it, and he gives it a good kick. They almost got it, and here it is. Dayton Price from his own 45. He's to the 50. He's on the near side and dropped at the 45-yard line with 11.8 seconds left. The Paulding Panthers are going to have the football 45 yards away from pay dirt, down 6. Are you kidding me?
At least one play, maybe two.
Maybe two. If you do a quick hitter to the sideline and catch it and get out of bounds. To give Peyton Beckman a chance to throw one to the end zone on the next play, unless they try to go for it all here, Sean.
Hey, Eli Harder's already 20 yards downfield as a safety, so they're definitely in a prevent. Only probably going to rush 3 the way it looks.
11.8 seconds left. Spencerville 26, Paulding 20. Paulding down by 6. They're going to send 3 wide receivers to the top. Sanders, Price, and Kauser. Adrian Mann solo right to the bottom. Beckman in the gun, steps back. He steps up in the pocket. He'll throw to sideline. Got a man. Adrian Mann catches it, but he was out of bounds. Coverage there by Ethan Smith. Nicely done. 6.9. We got a penalty marker down on the field. Flag near midfield. We'll see who it's on. It's a holding on Paulding. So now we're down at 6.9 seconds left. It's time to heave the football, right?
Yep, you got to take the penalty. So you're going to move him back another 10.
We'll see. 6.9 ticks left in the ball game. Holding on the Panthers, and they're going to spot the football.
Maybe a little backyard magic here where you just keep lateraling the ball.
Lateraling the ball,
yeah. Get down the field, I guess.
The hook and lateral. 6.9 left.
What a game.
First down.
What a game.
First down and 20 for the Panthers. They're at their own 45. They're 55 yards away from tying the football game up. 4 wide, same formation, same 3 guys to the top. Man solo right to the bottom. Beckman in the gun. Single running back for some pass protection. Will Spencerville bring a couple guys? Beckman back. Going to step up in the pocket. Throws. Sideline. Mans can't catch it. Incomplete. 1.5 left on the game clock, and now Paulding will have one final crack at it, Sean. 2nd and 20 from their own 45 with 1.5 to go, down 6. You got to go 55 yards.
I actually didn't think they had time for that play, but they actually did. Had he caught it, he got out of bounds, it would have been, as it said, 1.5 seconds. But now, as you said, 45 yards, or 55 yards is basically how you got to look at it.
What a wild ball game. Garcia comes out of the lineup. Beckman into the huddle with the offense. Spencerville back in prevent.
2nd 55.
It's Hail Mary time for the Paulding Panthers and their offense. The line comes up to the football. Sanders, Kauser, and Price all wide to the left. Adrian Mann's wide to the right. Yep. 1.5 seconds left, and now we're going to get an expiration of the play clock. That's going to cost Paulding 5 more. It's going to back them up to their 40. Now they're 60 yards away.
So 2nd and 60 is the way you got to look at it right at this point. But
yeah, 2nd and goal from their own 40, right?
Yep.
1.5 to go. On Stollmeyer Insurance Center says Spencerville 26, Paulding 20. Well, it all comes down to one play.
I've never seen a team, though, in a victory formation like that.
Yeah, that's a first for me, too.
First I've ever seen that in football.
Same formation, trips to the top, single to the bottom. Beckman gets the snap. Will he get a chance to get off a long one? He'll throw. Got a man at midfield. It's incomplete, and the ball game's over. They were going to try to do the old hook and lateral. Intended receiver was Dayton Price. The football game is over on the incompletion, and Spencerville holds off the Paulding Panthers 26-20. Let's go to work here on our post game with the stats and everything else. We've got a couple of awards to hand out. We'll come back with the Leland Smith Insurance Services post-game show from Paulding, where we've gone final in the Northwest Conference in week number 3. Spencerville stays undefeated. They defeat Paulding on homecoming night at Keyser Field. Final count on the Williamson Insurance scoreboard: the Bearcats 26, the Panthers 20. We're back after this on WKSD.